7-Up is better than Sierra Mist.
Disagree. You know what? You're exposing yourself as not being a real Taco Bell head.
I am
Sad.
a real. Trust me, I am
Sad.
a real Taco Bell head, and I voiced my concerns to the highest levels that I could.
Yeah.
Sierra Mist sucks.
You feel that strongly
Mountain
about
Dew, great.
So we got to see if
Sprite, great.
Well, yeah, Mountain Dew is. I mean, come on. That's now we're on a totally different.
Yeah, right.
On today's Part of My Take, we have our good friend Ryan Whitney on to talk hockey playoffs. They're starting tonight. We also have from Spittin Chiclets as well, Murls. Everyone should know him. Great gambler. We're talking everything, all the angles, who's going to win, and we let him go off on basketball a little bit as well. Speaking of basketball, NBA playoffs started, so we're going to talk about every game we saw this weekend. Great Monday show. Great time of year. It's brought to you by our friends at Game Time, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, created by fans for fans. Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. We've been kicking around the idea that we might go to the Mecca for a Knicks game. Bing bong. So we will use Game Time for that because they get you into every event with the best prices possible. It's possible with the Game Time app. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. The purchase process takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds. And once you buy your ticket, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text, so you can get into the game seamlessly, skip the hassle, enjoy the moment. Download the Game Time app or go to the website, enter your email, redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply with code PMT and the Game Time app, the best ticketing app in the world. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take. Today is Monday, April 17th, tax day.
Get him done. Get him done.
Tax
Get 'em
day.
done.
File that extension.
Yeah. And
No.
NBA. Oh,
No
you did
extension?
them.
Yep.
You did them. NBA playoffs have begun. Hank's saying no.
No,
he didn't.
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
NBA playoffs have begun. It's a great time of year. We're going to get to Whitney talking hockey playoffs. But we had playoff basketball this weekend, boys, and we got everyone injured.
Yeah, well, John Morant has a pretty much broken hand.
Yep.
That's the diagnosis of it. He basically broke his hand. He fell on it. It looked bad. He can't. The official report was that he can't unball a pair of socks with his right hand. So
That's normally a test.
Yeah. I don't. Was that his shooting hand,
Well,
or
that
was
was-
it the hand that he uses to play basketball?
I was
with?
going to say, what was worse, the pretty much broken hand or the fact that the entire internet was like not his gun hand,
Yeah.
all at the same exact time. But yeah, he got hurt. Giannis got hurt, blew out his back. That looks like, I feel like Giannis is going to play. He's a gamer. And then Tyler Hero broke his hand.
Yep, that was
So-
an officially broken hand. And
Yeah.
Anthony Davis had a stinger.
Well, Anthony Davis is the king of being out for the rest of his life. Oh, no, wait, he's coming back out of the tunnel.
It looked bad because when he went to the locker room
Every
right before
Anthony Davis
halftime,
injury.
he was looking at his hand. He was like, I can't feel my entire arm.
Yeah.
But he had a stinger. He came back in. But the real story out of that game was Austin Reaves.
Yeah.
Austin Reaves, a.k.a. him. He is him.
Well, Hillbilly Kobe, let's go in order. Let's go in order of the chronological order so that we don't get mixed up. So we should start with Saturday. We'll get to Austin Reaves, who was fantastic. Max's Sixers started off our playoff journey. There's a question in the room of whether Max even watched the game.
No, he watched the game.
He watched the game.
But it was you watched the entire game, right?
I saw a lot more tweets about Max shopping than I don't even think you said one thing about the game besides talking about the Celtics.
You watched
that's
the whole
false.
game.
That's false. I watched most of the game for sure.
Okay. So what was your big takeaway from the game?
For most of the
James
game.
Harden is fucking back. Is
James
my big
Harden's
takeaway.
not injured. Yeah, the Sixers broke a franchise record for most threes in a playoff game. I told Max, I whispered to him before we came in here, because, listen, I've been through it with the city of Philadelphia, the Eagles. We're not going back down that road. But
What happened?
shut up, Hank. But without a team in the NBA playoffs, the Bulls lost on Friday night. They almost got in. I put out a shirt for it. I need to find something to root for, and I'm rooting.
Our friend Blake.
Well, I'm rooting for one person now. No team. one person, and his name is BBall Paul, because that was electric. I don't know if everyone in this room saw it, but Paul Reed, the backup center for Embiid, his Twitter handle is BBall Paul, which is a great Twitter handle. He went off. He scored 11 points in 13 minutes, and the entire crowd, Philly crowd, was chanting BBall Paul when he went to the free throw line, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful moment.
Good sports town. Now, I would also ask, did they put anything on the Jumbotron to make them chant B-Ball Paul? Because when Embiid was at the free throw line, they had to start flashing the MVP chant.
Yeah.
That wasn't an organic chant. That was sent down from above. Well, that's a mark of good ownership, actually.
Yeah.
Is by having something like that flash on there.
B-Ball Paul also had a quote after the game when he was asked about B-Ball Paul. So this is from B-Ball Paul. Paul Reed, he said, 5 for 6, a couple dunks, a couple rebounds, a couple steals. That's what Paul Reed do. He said that himself.
That's what B-Ball Paul does.
I love this guy so fucking much. The fact that his Twitter handle is B-Ball, he made it when he was like 14 years old and was like, yeah, I'm B-Ball Paul.
I like basketball. This is Paul. He likes to play basketball.
B-Ball Paul.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from James Harden, too. I don't know how long it's going to last. Nobody does. It's really like a crapshoot. He's a bomb that's waiting to explode.
Yep.
But from what we've seen so far, James Harden, I think we can say, is back.
Yeah.
He's back to having expectations where he should be James Harden in the playoffs.
We should also just remind people that we've seen one playoff game and we're going to overreact to all of it.
Yeah, now I also watched, I watched most of the game like Max, so I'm basically an expert. But from what I saw from James Harden, he doesn't look fat, and the shots are going in.
Yeah.
He looks like he's trying right now. And if James Harden is actually trying and he's still, he's probably, 80% of what James Harden was 4 years ago, 80% of James Harden right now is, I think he's good enough to be the best 1-2 combination between him and Embiid in the East.
B-Ball Paul.
In the East. And the
B-Ball
big
Paul.
three.
You forgot about B-Ball
The
Paul.
big three.
It
Yeah.
actually, you know what's funny too, and like I'm half joking, but Embiid does need someone to give him at least a little bit of break, because Embiid has had playoffs in the past where his body has broken down, gotten injuries. B-Ball Paul might be the missing link. And PJ Tucker was awesome too. I feel like he was all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know.
This is disgusting. I watched 85% of the game on Saturday.
Sound?
Wait, hold
No
on
sound,
a second.
No sound.
Hold on a second. And I don't want to skip ahead. Hank, what were you doing on Saturday?
Working?
That's a great question.
were you-
So was I.
You were playing golf.
I had to golf, and then I had to be at the NYPD.
When was your tee time?
My tee time, 11:30.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah,
That's fucking
I-
lie.
I
You,
think
you had
that's-
to.
it was at
What do you mean had?
11:30.
What do you mean had to golf?
I had to golf, and then I had to go to the
What do you mean by
NYPD game.
What do you mean had to?
Frankie is someone we work with, foreplay. As part of my corporate duties, I have to make sure all the people we work with are happy with their roles and coming up with new ideas and stuff. And the golf course is a great place to do that.
Yeah, you were closing deals out there on the golf course.
Pretty much.
What new ideas did you guys come up with?
We have a great idea coming up that we're going to shoot this summer. You'll be involved.
Oh, what is it?
It's called the Ryder Cup.
Oh, you already had that
nice,
idea though.
Nice. I'm calling Frankie right now.
I think it's a great name.
Thanks, Jake. Very cool. It's a very cool name.
Frankie's not picking up.
But to answer your question that you
11:30 's a
haven't
lot.
asked, I didn't see the beginning of the game. Checked my phone there up 30. I didn't watch a second of the game.
Yeah, no,
I should have known you were projecting on Max.
no, Hank, is this just because you're laser focused on the 76ers?
I'm not laser focused. I was focused on the Hawks, but then I looked at my phone after golf. They were up 30. I was like, all right, game's over.
Got series done.
Yeah.
Wrapped it up. All right, last thing on Sixers Nets. Dinwiddie, we have to watch this because he has been talking a big game, and this was his first game since Kyle Kuzma called him Dinshiddie, which is a great name.
Absolutely fantastic nickname.
Dinshiddie, and he wasn't good. He was just throwing lobs to no one. Dinshiddie is like, his career might be over.
Yeah.
I don't want to overstate it, but when you get called Dinshiddie, it might be a wrap.
No, that's it's almost as bad as Westbrook.
You're right.
Because Westbrook, you can yell all the time in mixed company. Dinshiddie might actually cut to the core worse than
It's
Westbrook
such like
does.
a 7-year-old thing to say that like the adult mature side of your brain is like, who cares? That's a stupid insult. Like, it's coming something different. but then everyone can revert to like 7 years old and be like, Dinshiddie, he ended you, dude.
It's
like,
very
it's
funny.
over.
It's a very funny nickname.
thing.
Yeah, Dinshiddie.
Yeah.
He said he's on Dinshiddie Island. But yeah, he was bad. And it was, I looked back because I was like, when did Kuzma say that? It was April 12th. So they didn't have a game. That was right at the end of the regular season. So how will Dinshiddie respond to being called Dinshiddie?
And not at all.
And not well right now. Not well is the answer. Okay. Celtics Hawks. Hank, what'd you think?
I thought it was a great game. Al Horford played 38 minutes at 6 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Jaylen Brown played 37 minutes, had 29 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. He had a great game.
How are his handles?
Tatum.
Any turnovers?
He was 2 for 6 from 3, so he could probably improve a little bit there. But overall, above 50% shooting, that's what you want.
I want to give a shout out to the broadcast team for doing probably 7 minutes nonstop on his hand injury.
Yeah.
And for talking about the different types of bandages that he's used to try to cover up the 5 stitches from picking up the vase.
Yeah. The vase.
I guess it worked, whatever they're doing. There was one option where he had like 3 fingers taped together. They've tried everything. So he's got the most medically looked after hand in America right now. I'd say it's working.
Yeah. I also have something for you, Hank, a little, if we wanted to do like a signs, Jersey Jerry signs situation. I read an article. Did you know that Joe Mazzulla likes to get choked out?
In bed?
No, in like jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu. He's got a jiu-jitsu instructor so the story goes, when he got the job, whatever it was, September, whatever it was, he immediately found a jiu-jitsu gym in Boston, called the guy, got the instructor, has been learning jiu-jitsu. It's been helping with his breathing, getting out of, the lead of the article is once you get in a chokehold, your mind goes cuckoo. And so like trying to figure out, tough situations, everything. But the weird part of the story, so his jiu-jitsu instructor, here's Frankie Borelli. Let's just see. Hey, Frankie.
Yo.
Hank copped to it, but you guys golf yesterday. What time is your tee time?
Like 11.
Okay, all right. But he didn't watch any of the Celtics game.
What?
He didn't watch any of the Celtics game.
We played really fast.
Oh, okay. All right, you're trying to cover for him. All right, thank you, Frankie. He already copped to it. He said he didn't see any of it.
We played really fast.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you, Frankie. All right, bye. So his I can't get that word out. Jiu-jitsu instructor started giving him lessons all the way through February. Joe Mazzulla didn't know his jiu-jitsu instructor was commuting from Denver to give him the lessons. He has a gym in Denver as well. He just didn't tell him. He'd be like, Joe Mazzulla would be like, hey, can I come in tomorrow morning? He's like, no problem. He'd hop on a red-eye flight and get to Boston. So I think Celtics Nuggets have to be the signs, right?
Could be.
For his jiu-jitsu instructor.
I just love the idea of a coach trying to simulate high-pressure situations in any way possible to the point where he hires a guy to physically choke him.
Yeah, choked out.
So that he should have just signed Latrell Sprewell.
Yeah.
That would have been a better use of time,
have him,
probably.
Yeah, be an assistant coach. But yeah, so you're feeling good, Hank. This is a no issue series.
Yeah, if this goes 6, we're in trouble.
Okay. Trae Young, by the way, his last 7
Celtics
playoff
defense
games.
is really, really good.
Well, and Trae Young, last 7 playoff games, 8 for 49 from 3. I don't think that's good. That's like that's less than 20%.
Yeah, but you remember that one sick game that he had in the Garden?
Yeah, he needs to just play the Knicks.
Yeah, play the Knicks every single time.
Yeah, but that feels bad.
It's going to be walk in the park for Hank Sell. He doesn't need to watch the games, honestly. If I were you, Hank, I wouldn't watch any of them because if you start watching, they might start losing.
Yeah, don't use any of your energy on this series.
No, listen, this is a big 2 weeks for me. Every night, playoffs. Playoff Bs, playoff Cs.
Oh, you guys are going to be out in 2 weeks?
No, but every night, like the way the schedule works in these first 2 rounds.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
there's games every night.
Yeah, it should. If it all goes well for you, it should be like the next 2 months.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of sports.
A lot of sports.
Do you have time for that?
Yeah, I've cleared my schedule. I told you guys I'm grinding.
So we're now what, a quarter of the way to Armageddon in the Pardon My Take studio. Sixers Celtics.
I don't think it's gonna be that bad, and Max knows it. Like it's gonna be where Celtics are gonna smoke them. Max is gonna get excited for like a quarter when they go up or something. Sixers will do something really stupid as an organization. I'm not like my sights are much farther than the Philadelphia 76ers.
Got it.
Is it
For Max, it's like that's his Super Bowl, which again we know how that goes. I'm focused on a championship.
It's chip or bust for you?
Yeah.
What about BBall Paul? That scare you at all?
I literally didn't hear that name until you started talking about him today. So
It should scare you.
B-ball Paul fucking rocks.
BBall, I just like saying
Embiid
it.
can't even play well. Against
Well, yeah,
Celtics
but
in
it
the
doesn't
playoffs.
matter. B-ball Paul will
Yeah.
play well. You should see this one highlight where he like didn't know he like had the ball in the middle of the paint. He didn't really know what to do. He just went through his legs reverse and then dunked, and it was sick.
That's B-ball Paul.
Yeah.
Doing B-ball Paul things.
Yeah, that's what Paul Reed do. Quoting Paul Reed. Okay, next up we have the Knicks Cavs. The Knicks, by the way, this was the first time. It's kind of a stupid stat, but the first time the Knicks and the Kings both won a playoff game on the same day since 2001.
Let's go.
So the Knicks, big playoff win. I think it was the first time they won a road game one in like 20 years plus. And yeah, the Knicks, they looked good.
I'm just pumped for the Garden. I can't wait for the Knicks to play meaningful basketball in the Garden. It's very cliche to say, but it's more fun as a league when the Knicks are playing well because they've been such a joke for so
Yes.
long that it's just been a non-factor. But having New Yorkers do the thing where they freak out only to get their dreams crushed is very fun. And it will never not make me laugh to see the Knicks wearing the Michael Jordan logo on their uniforms.
Yes,
Like
yes.
it's the most cucked thing in all of professional sports.
It really is. Max, are the Knicks your second team? Because they are the Villanova Knicks. Josh Hart was awesome. Jalen Brunson is awesome. They're the Villanova Knicks.
No, I hate Knicks fans.
Okay.
But I do love Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. Jalen Brunson, most underrated basketball player in the history of the game. So.
Whoa.
That's a big statement to
History of the game. This game also, again, we're overreacting to stuff. It did kind of, I don't want to say, it tickled me a little bit that Donovan Mitchell went off and he's back in the exact same spot of scoring a ton of points in a loss and everyone being like, why is this big man not more aggressive? Because Mobley was soft as shit. Like that box out at the end of the game when he just let Julius Randle run right by him with 10 seconds left after they played good defense.
They were going to be down 2.
Yeah.
And they were going to have the ball for a game-tying or game-winning shot.
Yes.
And then they just didn't rebound at all.
Mobley just sat there while Julius Randle bullied right through him. But it is funny watching. I know the Cavs, like, I think most Cavs fans are like, oh, this is a year or two away because they have a lot of talent, but they also don't have like Darius Garland's their second best shooter, and I think he took like no shots in the fourth quarter. But Donovan Mitchell, history repeating itself, he has played 40 playoff games. He scored 30 plus in 20 of those 40, and he's exactly 10-10 in those games.
That's awesome.
So it's like he will go off, he will take a ton of shots, and then his big man won't help him.
So when I was watching this game, and you might call me casual for picking up on this for the very first time, but have you ever heard of Sunny, the soft drink?
Sunny, like
Sunny Delight.
yes, Sunny
No,
Delight.
just-
That was I learned the other day that Yoo-Hoo's not chocolate milk. It's chocolate
Yeah,
water.
it's chocolate drink.
It's chocolate water. Yeah, isn't that looks like Hank and Billy didn't know that.
No, I knew
I
that.
I was
know
never a
you-
Yoo-Hoo
I didn't know
fan,
that.
so that doesn't surprise me.
That's why it
Starry.
Yeah,
never goes
Starry.
bad.
It's called Starry.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sunny.
I knew it wasn't
Delight.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Starry, the lemon lime sports drink. It's the official soft drink of the NBA. I've never heard of it until this week. And you can't find it anywhere. But it's all over all these NBA commercials and all over every NBA game. You can't find. I'm not sure that Starry exists.
Oh, so it's a Sierra Mist rebrand.
Is it Sierra Mist?
Yeah, they say
legitimately?
goodbye to Sierra Mist. PepsiCo is replacing the lemon lime soda with Starry.
Now is it the same formula? Because I was a Sierra Mist stan.
Interesting. Starry.
Yeah, but
that's a weird name for it. Sierra Mist was a great name.
Sierra Mist was a great drink too.
Yeah, it's the mist off of a fucking mountain.
But yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere in the NBA right now,
Starry.
and you can't find it in a store.
Huh.
I don't think it. They made a fake soft drink.
All right, I'm just going off this. Is Starry better than Sierra Mist? We found Starry to be decidedly different from its predecessor. For one thing, it's noticeably less sweet,
Oh,
which
gross.
is good. That they're saying which is good. I'm not.
So it's seltzer water.
Yeah, Sierra Mist was made with real sugar, while Starry uses high fructose corn syrup because it was less cloying. What is that word? CLOYING.
So
Starry citrus flavor read cleaner and crisper than in the older formula.
It's less sweet, but it's got high fructose corn syrup instead of sugar.
Now, this is one of those things, and I don't want to get political here, but the President of the United States should have to do a press conference about something like this. This feels like a big enough change that they should have to, like, say, hey, guys, you know Sierra Mist? Yeah, of course we know Sierra Mist. It's gone. Starry's here.
I don't think Sierra Mist is popular.
But it was good.
But
it really wasn't.
Hank, you literally drink Gatorade Zero and Mezcal mixed together.
Fact or fiction?
Fact, that's delicious.
But Hank, what I'm saying is Sierra Mist is
that's
still
an alcoholic drink. We're talking about soft drinks. You're going hard.
It's still though a brand that everyone knows. Like, all right, so maybe not presidential press Amber Alert me. Do it on the phone. Where it's like, did a 5-year-old girl get kidnapped, or is there a tornado in Manhattan? I want that kind of like, whoa, holy shit, and they're like, no, it's Sierra Mist.
This does feel like a Biden special, much like Jill Biden invited Iowa to the White House to try to get those votes in the primary. This is a big handout to Big Corn.
Yeah,
to the corn syrup market. Yeah,
true. Good point.
This
goes
reeks
deeper. Billy, get in on this.
Sleepy Joe.
I've been in on Big Corn for a long time.
Yeah, but get deeper on Starry. Are they
the ones blowing up the milk factories?
Who's behind this?
Oh, yeah, all the cows exploded.
That was Yoo-Hoo. They probably did that, right?
Anyways, look into Starry.
Okay, that was Cavs Knicks. I'm excited for that series. By the way, we're watching Clippers Suns as we tape, so we will recap. We were actually joking that we were going to start in the first half when the Suns were down like 10. We would have gotten off so many Chris Paul jokes. And it is always fun to just overreact to all of this and have it be just completely wrong. But it looks like it's a good game. Suns are still struggling.
This is where Westbrook, having him on your team is a disaster. Like you just don't want him to have the ball.
He's
demanding it. It's like, give it to Kawhi.
Yeah.
Westbrook, if he gets the ball, he's just going to shoot it.
His teammates are doing it. And if you've ever been the shittiest player on the court in pickup, you know exactly the situation where you're wide open and somebody looks at you and then immediately looks away from
He's
you.
Clapping. He's just like, give it to me. Give me the ball.
Yeah,
look at him. He's standing there.
He's like, I'm on this.
They're not giving it to him.
He just said, I'm on this team too.
Give Westbrook the ball.
Look at him. He's pissed. Yeah. He's been playing well for the Clippers, but this exact situation is when there's just no way it goes well.
You either got to get him out of the game or you have to let him take every shot.
Yeah.
You have Kawhi. Kawhi should be point guard for the rest of the game.
Do you see his stat line right now?
Yeah.
3 of 18 from the field.
Dude,
yeah.
He's going to shoot his way out of it. He's got to shoot his way out of it.
It's West Shitty.
Okay. Let me do a quick ad, and then we'll get to the rest of the games. Chili's, our favorite restaurant in the whole world. Only at Chili's will just $10.99 get you bottomless drink, a starter like bottomless chips, and salsa, a full-size entree like the classic old-timer with cheese, and a big old side of fries with the Chili's 3 for Me deal. I'm telling you, it's a feast, but like a casual feast. It's just $10.99. We're not talking gold forks and stuff. You can't get this unbeatable abundance of food elsewhere, whether you're getting fast food or picking up groceries. Chili's turned 48 a few weeks ago and launched their Heritage merch collection on welcometochili's.com, where they've released limited edition items that celebrate their 1975 heritage. I've been telling everyone, bottomless chips and salsa, the best chips and salsa in the game. That is Chili's. So go check it out. Head to your local Chili's when you can enjoy the 3 for Me deal for just $10.99. $10.99 3 for Me deal. It is the best. Like I said, bottomless drink, bottomless chips and salsa, full-size entree, $10.99 3 for Me deal. Go check them out with Chili's. There was just a Starry commercial.
I just saw it, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. I looked high and low for it, meaning I went to 2 separate bodegas.
Well, it will exist officially when Frank does a soda review.
That's true.
That will be the moment that Starry has arrived. But he probably has it on the back burner. Starry. Damn. Okay.
So just from the little research, as of January 9th, 2023, Sierra Mist was discontinued and they weren't making any more of them.
Something happened with Sierra Mist.
That's what I need to know, because I don't really care that much about a new brand coming out.
Right.
But when they discontinue something,
someone died.
I want to be notified so I can go to the store and stock up on Sierra Mist.
Dude, do you know Stone Wheat Thin? Or no, Stone Wheat. What are
Wheat
they
Thins?
called? No, not Wheat Thins. What are they called?
Stonehenge.
No. Stone wheat crackers. Is that what they're called? Stone wheat thins.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the blue box?
Yeah.
Not wheat thins.
Yeah.
They just completely ended that.
What the
I had to
fuck?
buy some on eBay.
Yeah, then you got to hoard them.
Yeah.
And then you got to get mad at guests that come by
These
and
crackers.
accidentally drink your Sierra Mist.
These crackers are gone forever.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I see.
These ones, you probably recognize them.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, gone. Forever.
If they ever discontinue Hint of Lime Tostitos, I'm going to need at least like 4 weeks notice for that, so I can I can hoard it like people were hoarding like PPE equipment. At
Yeah.
the start of COVID. Just have a garage filled with it.
Yeah.
Sierra Mist was always second fiddle to Sprite, though.
That's
Never
because
even
you have a
close.
small
That's
mind.
true. That
You have
is
a
true.
small mind, Billy.
Oh, you're not saying not even close to second fiddle?
Yeah,
I
not
mean,
even
Sprite.
comparable.
Are you?
They
would
didn't
you
get
put?
discontinued. They just got ran out of the
Yeah.
building.
Would you put?
So they just said,
7
like,
Up
all right.
number 2?
7-Up is better than Sierra Mist.
Disagree. You know what? You're exposing yourself as not being a real Taco Bell head.
I am
sad.
a real. Trust me, I am
Sad.
a real Taco Bell head, and I voiced my concerns to the highest levels that I could.
Yeah.
Sierra Mist sucks.
You feel that strongly
Mountain
about it?
Dew, great.
So we got to see if
Sprite, great.
Well, yeah, Mountain Dew is. I mean, come on. That's now we're on a totally different.
Yeah.
Right, but Pepsi,
Mountain Dew just
Pepsi and
blows
Coke are
all of
close.
these out of the way.
Pepsi and Coke are very close. Really doesn't matter to
That's
me
not
one way or the
true.
other. Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke, same thing. Sprite and Sierra Mist, by far the widest margin in terms of those two companies' sodas.
You're eating out of the hand of Big LeBron. The LeBron James endorsement got you to be like, yeah, I love Sprite. I want to be like LBJ.
That you have said that. Okay. Kings, Warriors. This game was awesome. The Kings fans, they hadn't won a playoff game since 2006, Game 4 against the Spurs. It had been a long time, and they absolutely delivered because that was an electric environment.
Light the beam.
Yeah.
The ultralight beam in Sacktown.
It was so fun.
The environment did look awesome.
Yeah.
They showed up. Shout out to Kings fans. That looked like the funnest place in the world to be. But I think a very underrated sound that you hear in NBA games is like a Steph Curry 3 that silences a crowd.
Oh, yeah. The one
And-
he hit from the corner?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. The crazy silence that happens right after where everyone just goes, oh, shit, not again.
And that clip of Steph just
Fucking
running
man.
everywhere, like he is, it's got to be so annoying. So they asked De'Aaron Fox afterwards, and he actually brought up, he was like, remember when J.R. Smith said like Deli almost died? Because
Yeah.
Deli almost died.
Deli almost died
Trying
that game.
to,
Yep.
He had to get IVs and like be in like a.
And you know what? I think Deli would have died.
Yeah.
I think gladly he would go down in history knowing as he's the guy that died by defending Steph Curry too
Yeah.
well.
So De'Aaron Fox was like, yeah, that's how I feel. Like it's very hard to chase him around. He just never, ever stops moving. But yeah, this game was awesome. I actually think put a pin in this, Jake, please, for us when we do Kentucky Sports Radio this summer. Does this count as a tournament win for Cal?
Absolutely.
Because De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk, both in their playoff debut, go for over 30. De'Aaron Fox had the second most points in a playoff debut. Luka was number 1 a few years ago. He had 38. He was sensational. So I think this is a win for Cal. I think Cal should be like update the record books. The Kings beat the Warriors game 1 with 2 of my guys.
It should also count as a win over Davidson in that in that Sweet 16.
Yes, but I'm like, you know, like people who listen to the show a long time, we are true sports fans in that we love like just fan bases that have been kept out forever. And the Kings, like they've gone through so much shit trying to move the team, always being the like forgotten team out in West, like forgotten team in California. So it felt like a special night. I know they still have a lot of work to do, but we're big believers in like you have to enjoy the ride. So if you're a Kings fan at that game last night, you should be celebrating like you won a championship. I know there's a lot more to go, but like enjoy the ride.
What percentage of people in the crowd that day did not remember being alive the last time the Kings won a playoff game?
Probably at least like
probably
10, 15.
I'd say like 20%
Yeah.
of the fans there. So yes, celebrate.
anyone 20 or anyone like 22 or younger.
Well, also I'm going to count if you're like in your mid 20s, or I guess it would be a little bit. If you're in your 40s and you were so drunk that night that you forgot,
Yeah.
then that's still a cool experience for you to remember the first win.
We also had in this game Jake, you might want to earmuff this. Probably the worst question ever asked by a journalist post game. So a journalist asked Steve Kerr, no matter what happens, first time Kings and Warriors played in the playoffs, is it kind of a win-win for Northern California because both teams' fans can go to the opposing team's arena?
Yeah.
And Steve Kerr was like, we don't care about Northern California. We care about the Warriors.
That's bullshit. That's
Like,
bullshit, Steve Kerr.
But just imagine asking a coach after losing the game being like, but like this region kind of where we won as a region.
Yeah, Humboldt County's got some weed farmers right now that are just firing their AK-47s into the air, just happy for the part of the state. Finally put one on the map for Big NorCal.
Crazy. So, yeah, congrats to the Kings. Still work to be done. I think Jordan Poole got hurt. Another one that he rolled his ankle. So, and Wiggins had Wiggins was, it was the first time he played in a long time. That three in the corner to basically win the game, like, that was like a, whoa, the Warriors, like, aren't completely unstoppable.
I would say that this is a win for Northern California for the district because you've got, the Kings came out, they showed out in their home arena. That's great. And then the Warriors proved that they can just add one of their great players back in the rotation and be at least decently good and threatening in the playoffs. That's exactly what happened last year with Steph Curry.
Yeah, I'm excited for the rest of this series because I feel like every game is going to be awesome. And
as a fan
Kings
of
can win this. Fuck it, man.
As a fan of points, this is maybe my favorite series.
Yeah,
if you like points, this is the place to be.
It's so much fun. First time two teammates making their debut scored over 30 since. I'll give you the team in the year if you want to guess. Little Jeff D. Lowe trivia.
Yep.
1993 Hornets.
1993 Hornets.
You might get one of them. You won't get both.
Larry Johnson.
Nope.
Muggsy Bogues.
No.
Alonzo Mourning.
Yes.
And
LaMelo Ball.
Illinois legend.
D. Brown.
Kendall Gill.
Luther Head.
Kendall Gill and Alonzo Mourning.
Hornets were unstoppable in the NBA Jam.
Yeah. Little trivia for everyone. Just go around. Give you a little trivia to walk around. I have another one for you later. All right. Lakers Grizzlies.
Teaser.
Yeah. Austin Reaves is him. He's literally said it.
He's him.
And Rui Hachimura.
Rui Hachimura.
Yeah, I threw out the question, but like, can LeBron and AD support Rui Hachimura and Austin Reaves enough for the Lakers to go deep?
It's funny that you would go that pejorative route against LeBron James, Big Cat, because LeBron said after the game was over, he knew from the first practice with Austin Reaves that this kid was going to be special.
Oh, he sees the future.
Yeah, and he
knew.
I think he gave a shout out to, it was either Pelinka, I think it was Pelinka, being like, he's done a great job of finding players that I can play with really well.
Yeah.
So credit to LeBron James for crediting himself for playing with a great player such as Austin Reaves, who's also able to play with a great player such as LeBron James.
Yeah, and it was John Morant getting hurt is obviously the big story because if he's hurt, the Grizzlies are cooked. But our friend Kirk Goldsberry put it perfectly. It's like when you go on the road, you don't expect your role players like LeBron and AD to step up and score 43 points, and they did.
It's huge.
So it was big for the Lakers.
Yeah, Austin Reaves he's just good. He's
Hillbilly Colby.
I like that name.
Yes,
he's from Arkansas,
he's from
right?
Arkansas, yeah.
So he probably went fucking dummy at the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid after. He was like Ja Morant at the strip club, except just in the stock bass pond. Just throwing fives in at the sturgeon.
He's awesome. He's awesome to watch. He's legitimately very good. And
he's filling that Alex Caruso role very nicely.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. It was fun. I'm not gonna totally overact and be like, oh yeah, maybe everyone was right. The Lakers are everyone on ESPN. The Lakers are a legit title threat. But if Austin Reaves is gonna be this good, then yeah, I guess they made every shot.
And if Rui Hachimura is going to be this good, which he's not, Rui Hachimura is not.
He was
as
11
good.
for 14.
He was awesome tonight. He was flexing on people.
29 points.
He was really, really good tonight. I don't think that he's going to be able to continue that because I've watched enough Rui Hachimura basketball in my days that I know what to. I expect a significant regression from Rui.
Yeah.
But yeah, if LeBron James and Anthony Davis and Austin Reaves are out of the court at the same time, that's a pretty good big three right there.
Yeah. We also had a LeBron quote that I love for multiple reasons, but he was asked how he feels about the wide open West this season. He said, I think it's 16 teams in the postseason. There's opportunity for all 16. So there's only 8 in the West, but I love it doubly because LeBron is basically saying this is the hardest playoffs of all time.
Yeah.
So if I win it, it should count as like 3 titles.
Because it's wide open. Because any team can
Any
win.
team could win it.
Yep.
Any team. The Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
They could win it all.
Actually, it is wide open. Besides the Hawks, legitimately.
And maybe the Nets.
Nets. Yeah.
I guess now with
Dinshiddie.
the Heat, with Giannis maybe out.
Heat culture.
Yeah, it could be back.
It's back. We brought it back to life.
Yeah, it's wide open. What do you say, Hank?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
This is. I'm now just at home right now. After my son comes home from school, I'm like, "What'd you do at school?" He's like, "Nothing."
Oh, nice. Ballmer's
Ballmer.
freaking out. Ballmer just gave the
That-
double fist
I
pump.
love Ballmer so much.
Looked like he was going skiing.
God damn it, he's the best. I'm happy he's not grabbing anyone's crotch right now. He is a crotch grabber, but not in a sexual assault way. More like just excited.
In a boys will be boys way.
Yeah, like that if you sit next to Steve Ballmer at a Clippers game, he might just start jerking you off, just out of nowhere, and you just gotta ride the wave with him.
He's a classy groper like Jim Nantz.
Yeah, exactly.
he's
Exactly.
going
It's all
nuts.
class. Yeah, so now the Clippers are up 5. Priscilla's probably sweating.
The Suns are dead.
Oh, man. Westbrook beating Chris Paul, because that is how we will spin it when we have him on again.
If the Suns had Westbrook, you have to imagine that they would be instant title
It
contenders.
will be, yeah.
Dude, Westbrook and Kevin Durant on the same team? How could that lose?
How could that lose? All right. There's a minute and a half left, so we'll update it. Bucks Heat. So, first of all, Jake, congratulations on eliminating the Bulls on Friday night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I honestly, it was one of those rare sports moments where whatever happened, I was just going to be like, okay, I'm in for that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was in the same boat.
Yeah, like if the Bulls
But
had
now
won,
I'm back all in.
Yeah, if the Bulls had
Yeah.
won, I would have been like, oh, shit. Like, maybe they could give the Bucks a series. And when they lost, I'm like, all right, maybe we can get lucky and get Wembanyama somehow. But the Heat, Jimmy Butler, should we update the rankings?
Jimmy Butler, I think he's number 15 in the NBA.
He had 35 and 11 tonight. He controlled that game against the Bulls. And, I mean, the only thing that this whole game is basically how injured is Giannis.
Yeah, and so he's got a back injury. As you said, he blew his back out.
He did.
Which that's usually a one-night type deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect him to come back strong. Also, he's got the body type and just the freak athleticism where anytime somebody like that is injured, I just assume that they'll be able to just recharge overnight.
Yeah.
They just hit themselves with a stim kit, and they come back stronger than ever. Remember when he basically tore his ACL
Yes.
in the playoffs? And he's like, yeah, you know what? I think I'll be fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he is one of those guys that he's the opposite of Anthony Davis. When he gets hurt, I'm like, no, he's not really hurt.
Yeah.
Like, even if he's not back in the game, like, no, he'll be fine. He'll play the next game.
Unless I can see bone, then I'm like, Giannis is going to get back in. He'll be okay.
Yeah. It was also, even without Giannis, I feel like the Bucks can win this series because the Heat shot 60% from 3 and basically just didn't miss. And the Bucks were kind of in it towards the end. Like, it was, they cut it to 6 at one point.
Yeah.
So, obviously they need Giannis for the rest of the playoffs.
The wily veteran Kevin Love had a great play today. Did you see what he did at the foul line?
No, he had 18 points.
He had 18 points, played well. He can turn it off and turn it on in playoff time. He got cut when I think it was Portis shoved him over on a rebound.
Okay.
And he cut his elbow, and then he goes up to the foul line, and he hits his free throws before telling the refs that he's bleeding. And then right afterwards, he points to the refs. He's like, hey, I'm bleeding right now. So that they can they get a free timeout out of the situation.
Oh, that's great.
That's a veteran move right there.
That is a veteran move. Shout out Kevin Love. All right, anything else from the first and Nuggets, Timberwolves? We will talk about on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you're in a pickle.
Well, I am because it's my Nuggets against my Timberwolves.
Yes,
Guaranteed a team in the
second
I
round.
was going to
yeah.
say Elite 8, but it's not what they call it.
No, we can call it the Elite Eight.
The Western Conference semifinals.
Yeah, I mean when you have 16 teams, we're in the Sweet 16 right now. All 16 of these teams should be very, very happy with where they're at. Any one of them could win the NBA Finals. So to be in the Elite Eight, have one of my big futures in the Elite Eight, I'm very happy with myself.
So the other trivia I had was about the Nuggets. So New York Times fake news, but they did write an article basically being like, I think they said that it was the Nuggets like 42nd or something playoff appearance or that
38th.
Yeah, 38th, but that was counting ABA as well, which we don't count.
We don't acknowledge that.
It is their 28th playoff appearance without winning a finals, and they've never been to a final either. Who are the 3 teams ahead of them?
That have made the playoffs consistently, but never
Won a final. Never won a final.
In basketball
In
or
basketball.
across all
Kings,
sports?
Kings, there's one of them.
Suns.
Yes, Suns lead with 32.
Suns have played in the finals though, haven't they?
No, not
Magic.
win a final.
Yeah.
No, they haven't. They're not on this list in terms of playoff
Hawks.
appearances. It's like total playoff appearances without winning a final.
Got it.
Rockets.
No,
No, Hakeem.
Rockets.
you're missing an obvious one.
Knicks.
The Knicks have won a title. The Jazz. The Jazz have 31 playoff appearances. So I did look it up for all sports. You guys could probably guess the NFL ones, the top ones.
Browns.
Browns are 2 with 29 playoff appearances, no Super Bowls.
Dolphins.
Dolphins
No,
have
they've
a
won.
Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
they've won.
The
Yeah,
first one
they
is
were
easy.
perfect.
The first one should be easy.
Lions.
No, because they haven't made the playoffs enough. Vikings, 31
yeah.
playoff appearances, no Super Bowls. It's Vikings, Browns, Titans, Bills, Chargers, Lions are all the way down because they've only made it 17 times.
But if you count the ABA stats, which we don't,
Right.
then the Nuggets are number 1 all time across
all
sports.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then in hockey, it was like Sabres, Canucks, Sharks. And then I looked up Brewers were number 1. They own 8 playoff appearances with no World Series.
That's really not that many playoff appearances.
Well, it's because every franchise has won a World Series because baseball's been around for so fucking long.
Yeah.
That like everyone has made at least won like in 1902.
the Akron Groomsmen.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, Nuggets are underrated, painful franchise. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see. Your Nuggets versus the Timberwolves.
Listen,
Your
I
Timberwolves.
win either way.
Yeah, you do.
This is a free roll for me.
You should make the split jersey like
Actually-
the lady with the LeBron jersey,
So,
all 3.
So, ironically, maybe the worst thing for me would be if the Timberwolves won the series,
Yes.
because then they probably go on to lose in the next round.
Yes.
and then I can't hedge out of anything, and I lose all my Nuggets money too.
And yeah, everyone's like, I thought you were a Nuggets guy.
And then other people are like, I thought you were a Timberwolves guy.
But you were a Nuggets guy before you were a Timberwolves guy.
That's true. I was a Nuggets guy 2 years ago, 2.5 years
Yeah.
ago. I've been riding these Nugs.
Yeah.
Back-
Been
back when
doing
the-
nothing for you.
Back when the Nugs were mid. So are the Suns dead? Is this like Saving Private Ryan
Oh yeah,
all over again?
109, 108. We should watch. Well, let's watch the last 28 seconds. The man, the Suns losing this in the first
be
round.
very-
Again, it's only one game,
Very tough, though.
and playoff P will not be participating in the first round.
Memes has to do the meme where he sends it the bat signal for AJ Titties.
Yeah.
Get that
And by
mouth ready.
memes, you mean you?
No, that's memes. That's his go-to.
memes. Memes got to be pumped up for Islanders. All right, 28 seconds left. 109, 108. Clippers. Who has the ball? Clippers. Look at Stan Van.
Oh, it's Van Gundy season big
He's
time.
we're getting
Everywhere
Van
you look.
Gundy to death.
Do you think that Jeff and Stan Van Gundy are the two brothers that look the least amount alike of any prominent brothers? Because they
Good
do not look
question.
like they're related.
Good question. Well, I don't want to say it.
What?
Say it.
Howie Long Jr. does not look like Chris or Kyle at all.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I feel bad about that, but it is true. He's a great guy, and he's actually going to be in the NFL longer than them because he's a scout for
Westbrook
the
with 3
Raiders.
seconds
Westbrook!
left, going inside.
Oh my God, he's so
Oh, he
bad.
fouled.
He's gonna miss at least one of these free
so
throws.
Fouled.
bad.
Give me the ball, coach.
He was just he was like, "This is my game. I'm taking over."
It's Russell Westbrook time. Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, don't give it a Kawhi. No, it's me.
You also should not wear the number 0 if you're objectively speaking the worst player on your team.
Yeah, but he
for
also
19.
the problem with Westbrook is he
almost has a
doesn't
triple double.
his body looks just as good as it was like 10 years ago. Bomber's freaking out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if he got a little fatter, I feel like people would be a lot nicer to him. Being like, athletes, they get over 30. but like even his like jumping and everything.
No, he hasn't lost a step.
Right, exactly.
In fact, maybe he's just gotten worse.
Yeah, and so
He's gotten faster.
It's very hard to watch because you're like, wait, he should be the same guy.
He can get more shots off, so he misses more shots. All right, here's the second free throw.
Here we go. Now, only one ball. Who takes the last shot? Devin Booker or KD?
It's KD time.
You think so?
Yeah.
But it's Booker's team.
Look at you,
Is
emotional.
it not?
You're
Or
emotional.
they don't need a 3. Depends. Because it advances
What?
17.7 down 3.
No, yeah, you might be right,
Yeah.
Jake. All right, I'll do the who's back.
I love being that guy who just says they don't need a 3 here, but you can say
Yeah,
it like
does it every time.
you can say it with
yeah.
like 3 seconds left. They don't
Yeah, a
need
lot of
3
teams
here.
do that. Yeah, in the NBA at least.
What do you guys think is the actual benchmark? Like 7 seconds?
I would say 10.
10?
I would say
Well,
10.
it's different in college and
Yeah.
NBA because
Here you can advance. Yeah.
NBA I'd say 6. College, I feel like you need it with like 8
You
or
gotta
9.
extend the
But you
games,
can always
yeah.
sound super smart around your friends and just be
Yeah.
like, they actually don't.
Yeah,
need
they don't
3
need
here.
a 3. You don't go right to the hoop.
Yeah, it could be a 4-point game
Yeah.
with like 5 seconds left. They don't need a 3.
Yeah, they just need 2 quick twos. All right, who's back of the week is brought to you by our friends at Coors Light. Sometimes the days can get so crazy that you forget to make time for fun. When that happens, you've got to choose to chill. So go ahead, say yes to midweek happy hours and catching the game after work. And while you're at it, enjoy an ice-cold Coors Light, the beer that's made to chill. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. That way you always know when it's time to chill. When you're making time to chill, crack open a Coors Light ice. It's mountain cold refreshment made to chill. This is a perfect time. 17 seconds. Crack open an ice-cold Coors Light. Watch into this game if you're sweating it out and you're a Suns fan. When you choose to chill, pair your plans with an ice-cold Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Okay, Chris Paul to inbound. You know he's not taking a shot. No chance.
Phoenix has 1 timeout.
What are you running here, coach?
What are you running?
Ghost.
Oh, they're going to have to use their timeout. They
Elevator.
did use their timeout. All right, let's do who's back, and then we'll update when we watch it.
When we were at the Final Four, me and PFT were sitting in the same row as Jeff Van Gundy. Jeff Van Gundy.
Fat or skinny?
Skinny.
Okay.
With his dad and his son, and Rico Bosco, our coworker, kept trying to get his attention and just kept yelling at him at the end of the game. What are you running here, coach? Coach. And he couldn't even hear him, but
He just kept on saying that to him.
He kept going, Coach, we're running.
That's also
Hey, Coach, you foul here? We fouling here?
that's also like the Final Four is if you yell coach at the Final Four, it's like yelling dad or mom at a playground.
Yeah.
Like everyone is a coach there.
Everyone, even the people that aren't coaches.
Yeah, like all the coaches go to the Final Four.
Yeah.
Coach, what are you running?
Jeff did not respond to Rico.
Damn. What do you think he would have run? The San Diego State play that won?
Yeah, probably that. Just drive to the baseline.
Yeah, almost go out of bounds.
No, he hated that play. Rico hated that play. Even after it went in, he was.
he thought they should have
He was like,
fouled.
the process is bad.
It's too early to run winner.
Ghost Blob.
My who's Bach is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, wait,
nice.
here we go. Ball. Oh, no, there's a replay. Yeah, why is Arnold back?
Arnold he did a viral video where he is like, there's a pothole in his neighborhood that he said all his neighbors were complaining about. And so he did this video where he went out and filled the pothole. And then it turned out that the pothole was there for a reason because they needed to do construction so that the town had to go back and undo the filled pothole that he did this whole
14.
PR.
Booker
With the
driving,
ball, going to the basket.
Oh, Westbrook.
Westbrook with a play.
Westbrook.
I take back everything I said.
Wow.
Game-winning play.
Fuck.
He blocked it and got it off of Booker, and they get the ball.
That is a tough look for me.
No timeouts for the Clippers.
That was a great play by
7.9.
Westbrook. Damn, that's why you have him.
He's a
For those
veteran.
type of plays.
He's been in these positions.
Oh, Booker's an idiot. That was preview for Ryan Whitney. Ryan Whitney, if he was watching this game with us, Devin Booker just completely gave up on it to try to look for the foul.
Yeah.
If he had kept his eyes on the ball, he would have been able to catch that and put it in.
That's a good look for those of us that rock Balls beachwear in the summertime, too,
Yeah.
considering what Russell Westbrook wore to the game.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so he filled in a pothole.
He filled in a pothole, but it was actually a trench that had been dug for utility work. So they have to go and basically undo the work he tried to do.
Yeah, but he was just trying to be a good neighbor, right?
Yeah, and film it and post it on the internet.
Yeah. It's going to be
No, he wasn't doing it for clout. He was just letting everyone know, like,
Schwarzenegger doesn't need clout. He was the governor.
potholes should be filled.
He was the Terminator.
Yeah.
Then my other who's back was Matt Fitzpatrick.
Oh.
Yes.
Won, what was it, Jake? The
RBC
Heritage, the plaid jacket. Mm-hmm. Beat Spieth in a playoff. Spieth had a chance to win with the putt. Barely. Oh, yeah, I guess we talked about it with Chiclets coming up.
Clippers win game 1.
Suns are dead.
Wow. Put a fork in them. I think the over-under was
What is he pointing
225, by the way,
What
and they
was
just
that?
dunked for no reason.
Westbrook was just
That
pointing at his
wasn't
nipple.
I don't think that was his heart. That was like
His left pec.
his
heart,
peck.
but it's his
Chris
heart.
Paul. Oh.
Yes.
That was a weird place to point at your heart. There looks to be some confusion on the court right now.
Yeah, everyone is just kind of standing around, and Chris Paul's like, "Don't worry, guys, I've been here.
Technical?
I lose playoff games like it's my job." Oh, was it technical?
For hanging on the rim, maybe.
Oh, that would be great for the over under was 225. 225. If they call it technical here, that would be fucking hilarious. Yeah, Suns are dead. Suns are dead. Oh, Westbrook's yelling at the crowd. That feels like something Westbrook might want to take back because, well, no, you know what? 3 for 19 might be sustainable and the defensive winning play. You could do that every game.
Shooting 15%.
Yeah.
If it dips below 10, then I'd say that you can't win with that.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to call this dunk back? Yeah, maybe for hanging on the rim.
They can't take the dunk away.
No, they can't take the dunk away. I was just wondering why they were replaying Westbrook. All right, so Arnold, back.
That's
Arnold back, Fitzpatrick back, Spieth almost back, playing really well. I think he's going to win a major.
yeah. I kind of agree. Spieth has been awesome recently. He
That-
just has to
that-
he has to get rid of those shots where the camera cuts to him and he's just like hitting out of a tree. If he just eliminates all those
I like
real
that,
bad
though.
fuck ups, yeah, the true Spieth experience.
Yeah. That putt was tough.
Yeah, I felt bad.
Yeah, I don't think you can get closer to going in.
And you could
Although when
tell
you
when he
win-
looked at it, he was like, God damn it, what the hell happened here?
The only thing I would say with that, obviously you want to win the tournament, but the prize is just a jacket, and you already have one. You know, do you really need another one?
He's already got the plaid jacket.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who cares?
The plaid jacket is a sick gift though.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
All right, who's back, PFT?
My who's back is Netflix. Netflix is back. So Love is Blind was supposed to be on tonight. They're doing the reunion show. Do you guys watch Love is Blind?
I
No.
watched the first season. I have not watched this season.
The
so
second
don't spoil it.
second season was awesome. This season I have not watched that much of, but I do know that people were freaking out about it because Netflix was trying to broadcast it live. They're getting into live television now on Netflix. They invented this new thing where they can play a show and then everybody watches it at the same time, which is kind of it's a
what?
different way to think about TV.
But they're not doing it live,
They're not doing it live. They were trying to broadcast it live.
which is bullshit.
But
Wait, so it's not live?
But Netflix had this idea to record a TV show
Live
and
to
then
tape.
put it out so that people watch it all at the same time.
Huh.
They should think about doing shows that are all online that people could just watch whenever they wanted.
Yeah, and maybe I was thinking about it because I was looking through all the apps I watched. Like, they should figure out a way like bundle like Netflix and like HBO, and I'll just pay one price.
Yeah, no, and even maybe get some of the live
How about
sports
HBO
on there.
and Warner Brothers?
Yeah,
HBO,
yeah.
Warner Brothers.
Just bundle it all together, and I'll just pay one like monthly bill to
Yep.
another company.
and
that would work.
They could have a box. They could partner with Roku maybe, so you have a box that connects with your television.
Yeah, that's smart.
That you can use to just control directly.
That
on
will
your
never
TV.
work though.
No, that's a stupid idea. My other who's back is Blink-182 because
Yes.
Blink-182 played their first show in I don't know how many years as a trio. Mark, Tom, Travis. They played at Coachella, which I'm still not 100% sure what Coachella is.
It's all the cool kids.
It's a vibe. Coachella's literally vibes, and it fucking rocked. They were really good. They looked like they cared.
Are they doing Lala?
I don't know what they're doing, but they rock, and I'm definitely going to go see them when they play here in New York because Blink-182 is one of those bands. I think the band that most like defines people in me and Big Cat's age group, like our childhood. Blink-182 they were bigger than big, so it's good to see them back. and playing as a trio guy.
I love Blink 182. I did like Everclear a little more.
Everclear was good. Yeah,
Everclear. Yeah,
they were good. My
I
only
was a big
qualm-
Simple Plan guy,
Oh, yeah?
and Good Charlotte, and Sum 41.
Yeah, I mean, without Blink 182 though, Simple Plan, Good Charlotte probably don't exist.
Blink 182 is
That's fair.
They are. I mean that everyone can like if you show a picture of the Nurse, like you're like, oh, that's Blink 182, one of the best albums ever.
Janine, and it's funny.
And their songs stand the test of time way better.
They're great sing-along songs.
It's funny watching them play because Travis Barker is probably the best drummer in the world, at least like the best songwriting drummer in the world, and he's playing with Tom, who is like, when he doesn't care, he's one of the worst guitar players in the world.
Yeah.
And if you're Travis, you have to hate that experience, but they were locked in.
They were locked
great.
in. It was awesome. All right, I got two Who's Backs. My first Who's Back is Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is back. Geico 500 Talladega Speedway, Fox 3 p.m. this Sunday. He is back. It's his second race back, and I'm going to bet on him, and I'm going to boost it for Barstool Sportsbook, so check out all of our socials. We'll have it boosted. 75th anniversary of NASCAR. Also, there's a new street race in Chicago, July 2nd, 5:30 p.m. That's going to be sick. But, yeah, tune in this Sunday, 3 o'clock. Chase Elliott is back. He is fully back. I am going to bet on him to win. Chase Elliott is all the way back. My other Who's Back, we have to have a serious talk with the AWLs. So
You guys take a seat.
yeah, so let's have a serious talk. So everyone who's been listening to the show for a very long time, they know there was a day and age when, maybe year 2-ish, we thought it'd be funny to have everyone say, hey, suck my dick as the greeting for, hey, I know you listen to Pardon My Take, suck my dick. It kind of spiraled because we realized people were just yelling it in the real world, suck my dick, just yelling it out of car windows. It got weird. We asked people to stop doing it. Everyone was cool about it. We stopped doing it. We don't say that anymore.
That's what we say instead.
Yeah, we don't say that anymore. So we have a new thing that has maybe kind of dipped into, hey, this is real world. We have to, as a podcast and AWLs, and this, I'll say it right now, what is it is it the 7th, 8th?
We're in year 8.
So
It's gonna be the eighth takeys.
eighth takeys are coming up, and we will take away AWL's chance for an 8-peat. We have to stop saying to Max Homa on the golf course that he's a pervert because it's getting a little weird. I was watching some of the RBC. It's just getting a little. We've gone too far. So this is our serious talk, and I'm gonna go even further and say if you see someone saying it, permission to shame that person. Take a picture and send it to us. Like, don't say it. Do not say it. And this is actually serious. So we want Max to do well. We don't need everyone yelling him pervert and shit like that.
We'll give you alternate things to say.
Yeah.
Instead of saying pervert, say either that's a spicy meatball.
Yeah, it's after a shot. Yeah.
Or since he's Italian, Mamma Mia.
Yeah, no, or how about this? We should just do this to see if we can maybe just get him going in the right direction. How about let's go, Max?
That's a good one.
Like, let's go, Max. Max, listen, if you say let's go, Max will know that you're talking about Pardon My Take.
LGM.
He will know it. So he'll know it. He'll give you a little like tip of the cap. Let's go, Max. That's what we got to be saying. No more pervert. That is officially canceled. We've canceled it ourselves. We got to realize we do this to ourselves a lot. So it's on us. It's not your fault. Unless you keep doing it, then it is your fault. So all previous pervert comments are completely pardoned from AWL prison. So if you said it last year, you said it last week, you are clean. You did nothing wrong. Anything that any pervert that is said from this date forward, you're in jail.
Yeah. Just
What about just yelling homosexual?
no, let's not do
so
that.
you wanted to be silent.
No, say let's go, Max. Were you listening?
What about just Mamma Mia?
Yeah.
That plays after he spanks a drive.
Also, just it should be "Let's go, Max." When you see, I think it's more like when people are. It's when he's like walking up to try to hit a ball out of the fucking sand, and people are like, "Hey, what's up, pervert?" We gotta stop that. People are looking. It's weird. His
Think Max
father.
should try not hitting in the sand.
Okay, Hank, you're really
No,
not helping
I'm
this
joking, I'm
conversation.
joking, I'm joking,
here.
I'm
I know
joking,
we're
I'm
trying to have a
joking.
serious conversation.
I'm sorry.
All right, so
I'm
no
sorry.
more perverts. Actually, you know what? Here's a perfect way to do it. If you see Hank in public, call him a pervert.
Great.
So he is the
Throw
one
a
who
number
now
at the
gets
end
it.
there too.
Yeah,
I love that.
No, but seriously, we are asking everyone. We love Max. We love having him come on the show. We love like the relationship we built. So please self-police this. No more perverts to Max. Just a simple let's go Max. Let's get him winning. When he starts winning, you know what? If Max wins, is he playing next weekend?
I'm not sure.
If he wins in the next 2 months, and he hears 0 perverts, he will donate $1,000 to a random AWL.
And I'll match.
I will also match. So there you
And
go.
I'll double.
So 3 people will get $1,000.
I believe he is playing in the Zurich Classic of New Orleans.
Okay, but if he gets one
Ben
pervert,
Mintz is there,
if he gets
don't say it.
If he gets one single pervert, then that deal is completely off. So that is a real deal. If he wins any tournament the rest of this summer, and he hears no perverts, he will tell us. I will give $1,000 to a random listener. PFT will give $1,000 to a random listener. Max will give $1,000 to a random listener. That's
sounds,
pretty fucking
That
good
sounds
deal.
easy. All you have to do is not say the word pervert.
Yeah. So police each other.
And again, we do accept that this is ultimately on us.
Oh, it's 100%
because
our fault.
We gave him the award last year.
But not going forward.
Not going forward.
Now it's on you.
Everyone,
And you are the best listeners in the entire world. It is funny that we have the ability to like these things happen because we know everyone's just passionate. But no more pervert.
Or lottery balls.
we'll work on that.
Yeah, we'll work on that. Let's try to
Hank, couldn't you just get the lottery ball correct?
Yeah, let's
I had to try and
let's
I had to
snuff
try
out the perverts, then we can go to the lottery ball. Okay? Is that fair? Mm-hmm. All right.
I figured I'd try since we were on the topic. But.
Yeah. No. Well, you weren't listening for half of it.
No, I just tried to make a joke. It didn't
We were
hit.
trying to we rarely sit down with listeners and being like, "Hey, we got to talk. We found this bong in your room. Hey, we got to talk. We heard you just been saying pervert all the time."
Yeah. Now I feel like we have to be the cool parents right after we had this heavy conversation.
Yeah.
I'll buy a pizza for an AWL.
The New Orleans is actually a team event. It's Max Homa paired with Colin Morikawa, and they're calling themselves Team Homakawa.
Okay,
Homikawa,
nice.
I like
Those are
that.
both of our guys.
Yeah. Team Homakawa.
So we want a clean weekend from the AWLs. No
And then
perverts.
we build on that. And then we build on
Yeah,
that.
let's just take it one game at a time.
Yeah, it's not easy to change. Okay, Billy.
My who's back is also day at the ball game, day at the ballpark.
Yeah, this take stinks, Billy.
No, you know.
No, you stink.
How many games have you been to this year?
I have
question.
yet- I've
Do you
yet
know-
to
How
do
many
that.
games have you gone to in the stadium?
Okay.
You're talking about
Billy.
baseball.
Yes.
Billy.
Yes, I actually agree with Billy's take.
What is the take?
Fucking hate
What's
the
the
pitch
take?
clock.
He
I
hates
hate the pitch clock.
Why?
Pitch clock is
Because
awesome.
I get down there, I take the subway to Yankee Stadium. I sit down there, and then all of a
Bleachers?
sudden, I wasn't in the bleachers. I sit down there, and guess what? Like, I'm watching the game, I'm trying to chit chat, socialize, like how I usually do. And
You're not watching the game.
No, he's just chit
no,
chat.
the whole point.
It's okay.
The whole point is that, like, I feel like I'm rushed at a table at a restaurant that's trying to flip tables.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here.
So I agree with this take for games that you attend in person.
Yeah,
on TV, it's a million times.
But hold
better.
on.
I
Hold
totally
on.
understand
PFT,
it's better on
but
TV.
okay.
When I go to the ballpark and I watch a daytime baseball game, I want that time to never stop.
Okay.
yeah,
I get that.
Fact or fiction.
But, yeah,
Take me
yeah.
out to the ball game.
Yeah, yeah.
Does it say I don't care if I never get back?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
But
That's a fact.
here-
I want to be able to be unaccounted for the whole day.
Yes.
But
I want
this
no
is
one
just
to
Bill,
know where I
but
am.
Billy, you can. Here's the only thing that I don't understand about this take. I get it. You're not a seam head. You
No,
go to the
I like
game to
watching the
socialize,
game.
not watch the game.
I like to watch the game, but the thing is,
There's the game is still the exact same amount of gain.
right.
But there's more time spent in between.
I want
Right.
there to be more fuck around time. So
Yep.
like
Right.
if I get
Right.
food, I don't miss anything.
Yep.
Right.
Like it's
But you know
2 minutes between
How many
games.
food stops are you going for?
I like to walk around the stadium. I like
See,
to
this
eat.
is the part
all
that
in.
I don't understand because you could also
Why?
You could go to the stadium an hour early. There's batting practice for 2 hours. You could also go to a bar after the game and hang out.
right. But
Like,
I
you could go to you could go to the ballpark for 5 hours still.
like your argument of like I like to not get there on time. It does not help you with this.
And
argument.
also, I
know,
like to
but that
just
was-
walk around the
Yeah.
stadium.
and
So there's-
watch
I
the
think
game
there's-
from different places and eat different. Like I want to eat a hot dog and a steak sandwich, and
Yeah.
there's like a bunch of vendors I like to hit every
You
time in the
should
stadium.
go for batting practice.
Okay, that is true, but
Like you,
Steal Zach Hampel's shine.
what you want is literally what you could do with batting practice, where you just show up, hang out, watch some dingers, catch a dinger.
I just think that a little bit of the experience has been taken away.
I'll downgrade my initial reaction of it's a terrible take because you're right. I have not been to a game, so I have to judge it myself. Because I do agree there is a part of like a baseball game that when you're at, you don't have to be locked in the same way that you're locked into like a basketball game or a hockey game. But the pitch clock is awesome.
It's like a pass. I bet it's amazing on TV.
It's
no,
incredible.
I know
on
it's
TV.
amazing on TV.
There should just be a rule where if you're going to a game, then they take away the pitch clock.
But like let's say you're with somebody else and they
Like
don't
what?
know the
Why do you have to be
rules.
so
Guy,
weird
girl?
all the time?
Let's say you're with. It's like the whole point of a baseball game is a perfect date because there's so much time in between to explain what happened if to someone who doesn't know the game.
I feel like you don't know all the rules to baseball.
I do know all the rules. to
All of
baseball.
them?
Yeah.
What's a balk?
It's when he gets caught looking at the wrong time.
What? You're just talking about your
That was
girlfriend
an
getting
easy
mad
one.
at you.
That was
No,
that was an easy one. That was an easy one.
No, when the pitcher gets caught, like he goes to throw, but he does it too much, and then
But he does it too much.
What degree angle?
Explain
it's
an
like
infield fly rule.
What?
Yeah.
Infield fly rule.
Don't
Okay.
you don't know seam.
All right.
Okay, I don't know seeing that much, but it's like it robs a good amount of the game.
Okay, I think the best take to make is just that when you go to especially a daytime
day
baseball
game,
game,
yes.
you like to feel like time stands still and you're just hanging out in the sun drinking beer for 3 or 4 hours.
I think this might
that's
be
very fun to do.
Just day games too, because
Yeah.
like a night
Yeah.
game, like there
Yeah.
actually was nothing worse than you go to a night game and it's like 11 o'clock. You're like, fuck, I want to go home. Like on
Yeah.
a Tuesday night game. But yeah, you're right. I'm gonna wait till I go to a game in person and I'll report back. So I'm downgrading the take as not terrible anymore.
I think it's a solid B take. Which
But-
on the Billy curve, that's an A+.
It's a
But
pastime. It's like a leisurely activity. Like, and
Yeah.
plus, so everyone's gonna keep going to Yankee Stadium. But like, what if it's like a like Houston where you have to like drive and like you have to spend like some people like take an hour and a half traveling there
yeah,
for
you
only
can-
2 hours
You
a
could
game.
just go earlier.
I know. Okay. But then at the same time, when you go earlier, there's not that much action.
I think
to
with this all,
entertain you.
Billy has stumbled upon a partially very correct take, in my opinion. Part of it's incorrect, but I think the crux of your argument is like you wish that you had more time to get drunk.
Which I'm saying you could just go to you go to batting practice
Right.
or you go to a bar after.
You left the game feeling too sober.
No, it was more that it just felt really quick.
Right. How long was it?
It was I think it was 2 hours.
That'd be so funny if Billy was like, it was three hours and 45 minutes.
They
It was,
should-
like, it was 2 hours and like 7 minutes, I think.
They're going to get rid of the pitch clock
'Cause I
or
looked it up.
adjust it for the playoffs, right?
I think that kind of rules.
Can we? You know what? Can we just
I'm
not
also
make
just-
Yankee games.
I'm
I don't
just
give a fu-
I'm just judging because I watch all the Cubs games and it's so awesome, just being like it's action all the time.
yeah.
Whereas it used to be you just like zone out.
You know, just one game a year, like maybe a couple like Saturday day games, just like.
I
no
mean,
pitch clock.
Yankees Red Sox Sunday Night Baseball will still go 5 hours.
The turn back the clock night where you just don't have a pitch
Yeah,
clock.
yeah.
Yeah. They got to
That's
get.
what I want.
They got to get rid of it for the playoffs. I
Oh,
think.
you know what?
But it's a million times
Actually, you
better
know
to
I got
watch
pi-
baseball on TV. Between that and those thick ass juicy bases, I'm all in, baby.
By the way, you know why? Also, it was going by so fast that no one realized that Domingo German was having a no hitter, and
Jake,
then
German?
Jay, can we get a little fact check here?
Germany?
Herman.
Herman.
Silent G.
Okay. Well, that G
but
shouldn't
then
be there.
But then halfway through, everyone was like, "Oh shit, he's on the way to a no hitter." But since it was going so fast, no one was able to like recognize that and like not say anything. Then like 7 people were like exclaiming like, "Oh my god, no hitter!" And then of course there was a hit, 3 hits like right after everyone
A
went
zero
like,
hitter, you mean?
I like to bring a book and keep track of all the stats, player by player. That can help with that sometimes.
What? You score
Like a score, yeah.
You score keep.
Yeah.
Hank's never done that, but it is.
But
I
going
actually
to the
do. I
ballpark-
wish I were one of those guys. I always see it.
I used to scorekeep
and
in
I'm
high
jealous.
school, or like I was whenever I wasn't. If I wasn't, obviously I was a pitcher, so I was like in the other games. Give me the book.
I've changed my opinion. I think I have to watch a game in person to let you know, because
It's
there
definitely
is some
better on
part of
TV.
day games where like you do want to just hang out. But yeah, the TV part is
Yeah.
just so much better.
I just feel that like you know how whenever there's a change, there's like one person that gets overlooked in the change.
And
I feel a little overlooked. As
Billy
a fan.
was overlooked.
Yeah.
Not enough time for him to
They
drink
didn't
beer.
consult you?
Yeah.
They should have.
I mean,
Why did you think of Billy who wants to get drunk?
We actually should have sent Billy down to a spring training game to see how the rule changes would impact, like just a young drunk fan.
Yeah, it would have been funny if Rob Manfred had Billy in a lab being like, wait, his BAC is only 0.15. This is something's off.
No, but even the bleachers weren't as rowdy. That was another thing.
That's
I
sad.
don't know. It's just like the atmosphere kind of changed in the ballpark. You know, I 100%. I'm not a big seam head. I watch games, I watch playoffs, but like I love baseball because I love going to the stadium, being like a fan, like not a casual, but like I still like.
No, it's
keep track
okay.
of the team.
We need to destigmatize the word casual. It's fine to be a baseball casual.
100%. It's fine to be a casual at anything.
I'd say like 90% of baseball fans are casuals.
yes.
Which is okay.
Yes.
Hockey.
Hockey? No, it could be me.
No, you're a diehard, Hank. No, but
No, I'm saying in theory though, in general for
yeah.
other people.
Other people, yeah.
No,
this
I
time of
agree.
year, hop on the
Casual is
bandwagon.
just lame because it's always those same guy online who just only cares about one thing. Like UFC fan who only watches UFC will call you a casual. It's like, yeah, dude, I like other sports. Casuals are what make the sports world go round.
Mm-hmm.
Fill the seats. But yeah, Billy, you did get overlooked. I'm sorry.
But like economically, that's going to impact sales of everything.
Well,
They
that's
did-
why the Brewers extended their beer sales.
But
Yeah.
even food. So like for example, I like felt like I couldn't be up waiting.
So they should
in line.
legalize marijuana at the ballpark. Get people hungrier.
No, but they'll be thinking they're missing the game. Like I didn't go up, and my whole usual routine was thrown off because I didn't want to miss as much of the game.
Got it.
I think there's a compromise to be found here. One, I think you're on to something that daytime baseball games should have. You want to be there longer. And two, you can also go a little bit earlier and see batting practice, which is fun.
And go to the bar after. Yeah.
Also,
Or maybe have you just lost your ability to drink fast, Billy?
Oh, no.
no.
This might be a
no.
personal
No,
situation.
this isn't a personal
Because me, I know that if I go to a Yankee game in the daytime, I know because I follow sports, I know there's a pitch clock, I'm getting my work in fast.
Billy,
I'm hammering people.
curious
No, but just
minds-
the lines.
No, but you not if you're built like me. Like I
This
two at
isn't
a
about
time, get
drinking.
right back.
This is
in line.
honestly more about, let's say you go to a game
about
with your
walking
dad.
around.
Like you go to the game with
Oh,
your
I
dad.
think it's better. Less time, well, I guess for kids, like if I'm taking my kid, that's gonna be awesome.
But let's say it's the other way around where you always went, like you're taking your dad and you don't see him that much anymore.
Got it.
And then all the times, like Rob, it's like
You
goes
could
fast.
go to a bar after with your dad.
Yeah.
Well, Billy, just curious. This has nothing to do with your take. What inning did you show up in?
Oh no, I got there in the first inning.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, that would have also been funny if Billy was like, "I got there in the fourth."
No, but I used to love going like to the bars around Yankee Stadium and then just waiting for the ticket prices to drop like super low and like get sick tickets with your buddy and then
Yeah.
like go in.
Yeah, with game time, you can always get
Yeah.
those low prices. Though.
course.
It's important to
Facts.
remember that, right?
Even
Phil?
with game time.
yeah,
Even with game time.
Like snagging a Legends ticket.
What day was it? Saturday.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
It was a great game.
Yeah.
Rizzo went off, LeMahieu, Judge. Sick.
That's my guy.
All the guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jake.
By the way, keeping score with pencil, great. Just very underrated thing to do.
Oh, you don't use a pen?
Or pen. Yeah, I mean, sometimes there's like the official score can change it from like, I don't know. Anyways, mine's kind of similar to Billy. My who's back is rules being rules. Cody Bellinger received a standing ovation, returning to the Dodgers, returning to LA, and he got called for a pitch clock violation.
He
Started
did,
yeah.
0-1.
He did.
Yeah, he was like acknowledging the crowd that were all on their feet.
Not in the box.
Not in the box. Sorry, rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
Yeah, but I think that's one where it should be a
You can
little
go
gray
rogue.
area.
Yeah, but umpires don't have a gray area.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Balls
they're,
and strikes.
They're the thin blue
Rules are
line.
rules.
Yeah, rules
There's
are
no
rules.
jump balls in baseball.
I can't believe that we didn't mention the biggest baseball story of the weekend. The possum that's living in the Oakland Athletics press box.
Yes.
The A's TV away booth.
Yeah.
The Mets crew was not there.
Respect the biz.
Yes.
That press box belongs to the possum. There's a possum that's been dug into this press box, and apparently the entire room just smells like shit and piss from the possum. So they make them broadcast the game from a different room because that room, that's the possums now, and you can't kick that thing out. I'm sure there's some qualified animal control specialists in Oakland that might, if you gave them a call, they'd probably be able to retrieve the possum and get them out. But for whatever reason, they're just kind of saying, Okay, this possum lives here now,
Yeah,
which I respect.
I do too.
I think if the A's, they beat the Mets tonight, right?
No, the Mets won.
Oh, but no, Frank said
Frank
that
said
didn't
they
count.
should have
yeah.
lost 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
I
so
think.
the Athletics basically beat the Mets 2 out of 3 games this series. If it's working, you got to. It's the rally possum.
Yeah.
Don't you dare touch that possum.
A's are just, it is a disaster. Okay, good who's backs, everyone. Let's do some hockey playoff preview with Ryan Whitney and Murls. Before we do that, Piety, you got a quick word from one of our sponsors.
Yeah, before we get to these guys, are brought to you by Peloton. It's called Me Time for a reason, so working out should work on your time. Great thing about Peloton is it works into your day, not the other way around. So you don't have to clear your schedule to work out, whether you have 20 minutes to squeeze in a scenic hike or just 10 minutes for a power walk. Peloton makes it so easy to find me time. I actually used the Peloton app earlier today. I did a little 30-minute run, did high-intensity interval training, was doing sprinting. It was a great workout. Best of all, I could do it when it fit my schedule. I didn't have to wait for a class to start. I didn't have to go to a gym. I just did it on my own. You don't have to be an elite runner to enjoy the Peloton tread. There are classes for every level. You could try a short scenic hike, the beginner boot camp, or even a power walk to country pop. The tread is awesome. It's so easy to use. It's got the click wheels. Jumping between speeds and elevations is super easy. And you've got an instructor telling you everything that you have to do. It's the best way to work out. Plus, you've got the live leaderboard that you can use to compete against your friends or against just the rest of the class. You can monitor how well you're doing in comparison to everyone else. No matter where you're starting from, Peloton's expert instructors are there to guide you with contagious energy and supportive instruction at every level to really take working out to that next level. Hank, who's your favorite instructor?
Big fan of Kendall Toole.
Yeah, she's great. I also like Alex Toussaint. He's me and Booger's favorite instructor. We're always taking Alex
Booger and
Toussaint.
I.
What?
Booger and I.
No, that's actually not correct.
Nice try.
Booger
Hank.
and me. Yeah, I respect the challenge though.
Booger and me?
Booger and me.
You've
You
lost
said
the
me and
challenge.
Booger.
Because if there wasn't Booger in there, would you say it's I's favorite
All right, that was a
class?
mistake. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Or would you say it's my favorite class?
You were right. I was wrong.
It's a good learning opportunity for the class.
My.
Would you like to apologize for interrupting the ad
Yes,
read?
I'm sorry.
Try Peloton.
Well, you asked me a
tread.
question, but
you
yes.
just interrupted the ad read again. Would you like to apologize?
No. I apologize for being wrong
Okay.
about the grammatical thing.
Try Peloton tread, row, or bike. Risk-free 30-day home trial. New members only. Not available in remote locations. See additional terms at onepeloton.com/home-trial. And now, here's Ryan Whitney and Murls.
Okay, playoff hockey time. We've got our good friend Ryan Whitney in person in studio, and he brought a special guest. It is Murls, Matt
EBR.
Burley. Yeah, EBR. Everybody rides from Spittin Chiclets as well. Let me just say this right off the top. Murls, one of the best gamblers I know, and Spittin Chiclets, their YouTube, has added programming for the playoffs. So Murls and Colby Armstrong, who played in the league as well, who was on the broadcast for the FDNY NYPD game, they're doing every day recap and set you up for bets every single night, right?
Correct.
On the Spittin Chiclets YouTube. It's going to be awesome. Basically, Whit was like, how can I figure out to have someone do my job for me? So
No,
I can
you're
keep
wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
I can keep working twice
I-
a week and just golf.
Nope. I actually, if you really want to know the truth, I said, I just want to have my friends around. So how do I figure this out? I go, Murls, master the art of gambling. And by the way, you say he's the greatest gambler. He gives out winners at an amazing rate. He still always loses.
Yeah.
Somehow he's giving out winners, and he's like, I lost again this week. I'm like, why don't you just take only the picks you give out? No, he just live bets Jordan Spieth.
Because
3
my
times.
friends like you give me Jordan Spieth today. So that's how I
You
lose.
should have won. That was a good bet. That was a
Two
good
putts
bet.
to win.
Two
but-
putts to win. One touched like 300 degrees
Exactly.
and lipped out.
But Murls is the best because he lives half the time, half the year in Sweden. And so he has all kinds of weird European hockey bets that, like, I'll wake up at 7 a.m. and he's just screaming into a microphone and be like, we got the fucking Russian, like, second league over 5.5 goals. I'm like, all right, I'm in.
No,
Fuck it.
The one time he texted me, he's like, Whit, I have a tip about the second league in Slovakia. I'm like, is it on the Barstool Sports? He goes, yes, I don't know how.
We have them all.
He's like,
no, we do.
He's like, they're plus 135,
Yes,
but
we do.
there's 14 guys out from the other team with food poisoning. And I hammered it. It was like they won like 10-0. I was like, Murls.
Oh,
genius.
Fuck. But yeah, Murls is the best. So let's do some playoff
Yes.
preview. It is the best time of year.
I have a question for Murls before we get into playoff preview, because I always hear people from Scandinavia talk about the crazy different types of nicotine that they have up there and how it's superior to American nicotine. Can you walk me through that and tell me what we should be looking for?
Well, I'm not into that thing, but I can tell you my wife was into it big time.
The girls do
The
it.
girls
Nice.
do it in the north. They take the snooze and they put it in there. And Finland isn't a Scandinavian country, a little known fact. But these guys are the craziest
Wait, it's
with
not?
that. No, that's a little known
Well,
fact.
Finland doesn't exist, remember?
Is it fake?
Yeah, there's
it's
a big conspiracy
Scandinavian
out there that it's
then.
just like a body of water owned by Japanese fishing rights.
I believe Scandinavia is Denmark, Norway, and Sweden only.
Okay.
But these Finnish guys, they've put so much snooze up their lip, these guys I played hockey with, that they couldn't stuff it up there. Oh, sorry about that. Stuff it up there. They get them a little machine, and they shoot it up.
It's like a
Oh
syringe.
my God.
and like by the end,
That's
like
fucked up.
the chew is like way up here.
Oh,
on that.
that's
They're
fucked
mainline
up.
and dip. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Eric Carlson, first defenseman since Brian Leach in like 92 got to get 100 points this year on San Jose. He just packs lips the entire game. It's like
I love that.
I'm like, that's kind of a baller move. Like,
Yeah.
I have one Zin 6, and I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You don't need a mouthpiece if you pack enough Zin up there, right? Just have your entire mouth filled with pillows.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. So I don't know where. Let's start with the East.
Okay.
Let's start at the top. Hank, did you want to ask the question that you've been dying to ask about the Bruins? Because I know you're tuned in. You had like a third line question, right?
We'll save that for the end.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
All right.
As he hits Google.
So the Bruins are statistically now. Obviously, they had ties back in the day, but most wins in a NHL season, regular season. They look incredible. They are the 1 seed. They're playing the Panthers. Tell us, because it's dumb to just sit here and be like, oh yeah, they're going to win it all. Tell us if they don't win it all, why? What's their one weakness? Because I feel like everything I've read, heard, they don't have one.
They really don't. It's crazy. And maybe you could have said like depth, and this is a huge reach. And then at the deadline, they went out and made these unreal moves. Like they were done making trades. They had done exactly what they needed to. They got Orlov from Washington. PFT knows how good he is.
Great player.
Hathaway from Washington, a great fourth line, like Boston style player. And then all of a sudden, like last minute, they get Tyler Bertuzzi, who when he's on, and he has been since he came to Boston, can be like a point per game guy. He's playing like third line. It's just they really have no weaknesses. And now all of a sudden, with the way playoffs are and the grind it is, there's always injuries. They actually have like enough to just withstand like 3 or 4 guys going down. Obviously not Marchand or Pasta, but it's a crazy team. Biz made a good point. I think the only way that they don't make it to the Cup final. No, I should say that. He said the only way they lose the first round, but I'll say the only way they don't make it really far is if their goaltending just imploded. But at the same time, they have Allmark. I don't know the last time a goalie led the league in goals against and save percentage. I wish that I had that down. Maybe it's never happened. He did that. But they have Jeremy Swayman, who I think was 3rd in goals against and like 5th in save percentage. So it is the best regular season team of all time. You did bring up back in the day, I think the other team was the 77 Canadians. There were ties and there were also less games, I believe.
Right.
So if you want to talk about maybe, and they won the Cup.
And I think the Red Wings too had a year
96.
Yeah, where they had like, I think there was like 7 ties. So you have to figure maybe like 3 of them, 4 of them become overtime wins.
Also, the Lightning in 2019, who ended
Yeah.
up getting swept in the first round. One of the biggest shockers the NHL has ever seen. So that's the one thing on Bruins fans' mind is like you can be this good and it's just a different ball game.
President's Cup trophy.
Yep.
Like that is the curse. Not since 2013 in the Blackhawks has
The
the team
Hawks.
won the Cup.
Can we say that if the Bruins don't win the Stanley Cup, this is the biggest disappointment in the postseason of all time?
Ooh,
With what they did, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you set the league record for points, it's a disappointment.
You have to do it.
That is what sucks. And I think that's why Bruins fans have so much anxiety. It's like none of this matters. Like not only does it not matter if we don't win the Cup, we're kind of like a joke a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, if they go to Game 7 of the Cup and something happens, it is what it is. But
It's hockey, yeah.
It's hockey, but I think that they are without a doubt, it's win or a complete failure.
Hank's been saying this entire season, like the regular season doesn't matter in hockey.
Well,
not because he doesn't care about the regular season.
Well, his third line, the guy in the third line, he knows about once he goes on Google. He had a bad game that night.
Yeah. Is there a difference in playoff speed in hockey? Because we always hear about it in like NFL, NBA to a certain extent sometimes, where guys just like flip the switch. Is it faster?
It's my story on that. And Chiclets listeners, I apologize. I've said it 100 times, but we were on the Penguins, Crosby's rookie year, which was my rookie year. Murls was Crosby's first roommate, by the way. That's how he's basically like still in the game somewhat.
Is that good?
No, everyone, everyone in the Chiclets organization, you just have to look up like, did they get drafted by the Penguins in the early 2000s?
It's basically Penguins.
Yes, they did.
It's the Penguins JV players.
Yeah. When I met Colby last night, I was like, where have I heard his name? And I Googled him. I was like, oh yeah, he was drafted by the Penguins.
Yep. But so we had a horrible team. I believe we finished second to last our rookie year, Crosby's rookie year, I should say. And we had the greatest single season turnaround, 47-point improvement the next year. Ironically enough, it was beaten by the Devils the last game of the year. They broke it. They had a 49-point improvement from last year to this year. But in terms of the speed difference, we played Ottawa. They were 4, we were 5 in the East. It's back when they did 1 through 8. Ottawa was a great team. That year they ended up going to the Cup final. But Game 1 up in Ottawa, we're ready. We just had a great year. It's all of our first playoff games, besides like Mark Recchi and some vets. First period, shots were 20-0 Ottawa.
Jesus.
And it was something, and I remember saying like, oh my God, like I went to a game actually when I was 11 years old. My dad took me to my first playoff game, and I said to him, like, in the first period, I'm like, Dad, this is nuts. Why aren't the games always like this? He goes, because they'd be dead by December.
Yeah.
Like, there is some ability for guys to just raise the game. And 82 games, you got to pace yourself, and it all ends once, this is Monday, once tonight starts.
All right, so off of that, similar betting question. I obviously like betting overs. Murls, you can chime in here too. And I know Elio's going to, we all saw Mr. Ice. I love Mr. Ice. I'm an ice person. But last year in the playoffs,
he was cold.
Things went bad. Is it just simply guys are now willing to block shots? That changes everything?
That's half of it. The other half is the refs start putting the whistles away. So there's less power plays, and that's a major contributor to that.
Yeah.
And empty netters, guys are less likely to shoot if it's going to result in icing, right?
No, so they've changed. This is one of the things with analytics and doing the number crunching. Back when I played, and forever before that, you never ice the puck. And even if you're up 1 goal, don't even risk it. But they figured out the odds of you making the shot are good enough where ice it every time. So you got a 1-goal lead and you're under pressure, just ice it, try to get that empty netter goal, and if we don't get it, we'll win a face-off. We'll live to fight another day. So they've changed completely. We're now up a goal even in the playoffs. They're going to be going for it. So that can help an over, but the NHL got so ridiculous with the scoring, and every game was 6.5 now.
Yeah.
A lot of games were 7. If it's a 6.5 in the playoffs, that's tough to take.
Yeah,
that's scary.
Yeah,
and so maybe we might see some games go down to 6, but it's tough in the playoffs to be getting these 8-goal games like we saw all regular season.
Yeah.
So the Bruins, clear number one. You said the biggest disappointment in the history of hockey if they don't win the Stanley Cup. Who would be your second favorite coming out of the East?
So it's between the Devils and the Rangers for me. I know.
Showing respect to the Rangers, huh?
I actually picked the Rangers in that series. Today we all picked him. Our one of our video guys is one of Biz's closest friends, so he's come on the team. We just bring our friends in. Pasha, he's a Devils diehard, and the Devils were 3-0-1 against the Rangers this year, so they're kind of they're somehow the underdogs in the series. I don't really get it, but the Rangers are set up to go on a long run. I don't worry about Toronto. I think Tampa has done so much, it's just impossible to continue this. And even if Toronto does beat them, they then get the Bruins in the second round, which would be a great series. But Rangers-Devils winner, I think, goes on and plays the Bruins in the Eastern Conference Final.
Is that your same pick, Murls?
Yeah, and I'll give you a little gambling hack on this. So if you like the Rangers, you'll get them at plus 1,400 on Barstool Sportsbook right now. But the only way they're going to win the Stanley Cup is if Shesterkin stands on his head. You take him, Conn Smythe, plus 2,300.
Oh, I like that.
So I'll be going over to Jersey tomorrow and doing my Shesterkin Conn Smythe winner.
Good call.
Yeah, I like that.
He's the best goaltender in the NHL, right?
So I've
The
gotten
Islanders too, right?
I've gotten in a lot of arguments with Rangers fans that Shesterkin last year had a record-breaking season, Vezina winner, best goaltender award. And Sorokin is a Russian. They played in the KHL together the same few years. Sorokin came over, I think, a year later.
They would play against each other, CSK, SK, in the finals every year when they were over there.
And
crazy.
And he was unreal. He led the league in shutouts this year. He pretty much got the Islanders into the playoffs. Connor McDavid, we've had the McDavid discussion. We'll get into it.
Yep.
He's MVP runaway, but the award is most valuable to his team. And without Sorokin, the Islanders probably were a lottery team.
So speaking of long shot bets, I put in something. I have something for the West.
You broke my heart.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a second. And tell me this is probably the dumbest thing, but Islanders to win the East 21-1. Because it's just basically if you have a good goaltender, I don't think they're going to. The Bruins are a lot better than them. It feels like, the Rangers, like you were talking, a lot better than them. But if you have a good goaltender, you got a fighting chance.
In the Stanley Cup playoffs, a guy gets hot. That's why Bruins fans were so scared of getting the Islanders first round. Florida lost their last game of the year to end up going to the 8th seed, and because of that, they don't have to deal with Sorokin.
And they and Islanders are getting a little healthier too, right?
They got Barzal back, who missed, I want to say, the last 25-ish games. So he's coming back. They got one of the best goalies. So the whole Carolina Islanders series is very, like, I would say 50-50, Murls. People are picking the Islanders a lot in that one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find Sorokin, Conn Smythe odds because that's the way to do it then. The only way they're getting there, the same thing is with
But
the goalie.
I'm not going to pick them to win it. I'm going to pick them just to win the East.
But then you can hedge.
Yeah.
Plus 5,000. So.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
All right, so you mentioned the Leafs there.
Oh,
are they
man.
finally going to win a series?
Okay, so we went over our Stanley Cup preview today for Chiclets. Check it out. Or it's gonna.
Well, you're
it's gonna,
listening
it's
to
gonna,
it right
yes,
now.
I'm so bad with
Yeah.
figuring out that
No.
it's not today when we're whatever.
Yeah.
So
Don't you podcast
But you're
for a
also
living?
listening-
Like
Yeah,
this-
that-
that's
now.
how pathetic I am.
Yeah.
I still can't figure out that this isn't today as we're listening or you're listening. Sorry, I digress. The Leafs are set up to finally do it. I went
Yeah.
on this rant. I said
To do what?
Get it.
to get out of the first round.
Yeah, I don't think he's saying this.
No, to get out of the first fucking round.
Since when? 1998.
2004, I believe it was.
Okay.
And they just had a monster year. They made some great trades. They grabbed Noel Acciari as a kind of a grinder, fourth line type guy that you need in the playoffs. They grabbed Jake McCabe from the Chicago Blackhawks, good defenseman. They grabbed Ryan O'Reilly, which is a Conn Smythe winner for the St. Louis Blues. He was injured. He's back. They've all come together, and they're playing a Tampa team who was horrendous the last 20 games, like awful. And because of that, it's Toronto's year. And then I said Tampa in 7. I just refuse to pick the Maple Leafs.
Just so we're clear for everyone listening, when you say Toronto's year, you're literally just saying to
First
win
round.
a series.
First round.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
it. Now-
That's how low the bar has gotten.
Now,
for them.
if they get out of the first round, and the Bruins are, I think they get rid of the Panthers in 5. The Bruins and the Maple Leafs play unreal games. Every time they play, it goes 7 games. So it would be a hell of a series, but I'm just talking about winning one round in Ontario.
And it just comes down to like the fact that they wear the Maple Leafs uniforms, and they're the Leafs until they prove that they're no longer the Leafs.
They are a true disgrace of a franchise. And Toronto fans, they hate me, but you just look at what they have. And granted, there's a salary cap, so there's no argument in terms of spending money. But, like, they are the epicenter of the hockey world. It's like everything goes through Toronto. Their fans are so cocky, yet the team hasn't won a Stanley Cup since 1967. So they have this amazing young core. They have a GM who's kind of a wizard. Like he's been really good analytically and all these things, and they still can't get out of the first
They
round.
sound
So
like Cowboys
if
fans.
they don't do it this year, I
In the
said they should
airport.
move the team.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
should
in
move
what?
the team.
In the airport.
What?
Yeah, the airport.
I don't want to.
Fuck
I
the
don't want
airport.
to start twitching. Talking
Why
about
didn't you go to
Pearson.
that little airport right by the city?
Because that
one's sick. I've flown into that
I was
one.
coming back from Edmonton, so if you're going to Toronto, Billy Bishop's perfect. It's like a little island. It's
Yeah, it
unreal,
was
easy.
sick.
Toronto Pearson International Airport is the worst airport on earth. I spent 23 hours there. I could tell you that for a fact.
I like that take to move the Maple Leafs.
Yeah,
if they
to
don't get out of
Hamilton,
the first
to
round.
Hamilton.
Hamilton?
Yep.
Okay. Full disclosure, I have the Leafs. I took a future on the Leafs.
Everyone took the Leafs on Chiclets except for myself.
I took the Leafs to win the Stanley Cup. So it's
Biz
my
says they're winning
opinion-
2 in a row.
2 series?
2 cups in a row. They haven't gotten the
Jesus.
first round. Biz
So
is
it's
saying
me,
they're going back to
it's
back.
me and Biz,
He
two
just wanted to go an
world-class
extra
hockey
one.
minds.
Yeah. Okay.
So
They have a great team. I'm not denying that fact. It's just they are chokers.
I believe in them just because it feels like they're kind of what the Capitals used to be, where the expectations were always on. They couldn't do jack shit in the playoffs for a long time. Eventually, that dam has to break.
Well, and also because Chad Kelly told us that the Leafs owners the Suns are like huge PMT listeners.
Yeah, that's true. Also that. So I
might have something to
I'm
do
a
with it.
Leafs
They
guy.
must have loved when I just called them a disgrace.
No, it's
Well,
Leafs
you
year.
did. We didn't.
Yeah, Leafs year. I believe in the Leafs.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair
I'm
enough.
a
Well-run
They,
organization.
they are a great team. I will say that.
I'm a believer this year.
Okay.
You just got to believe.
Okay. You can go up and stand in like the little like what do they call that? Where they all stand and watch the game and you just see them heartbroken every year.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's Jurassic Park for the Raptors.
Yes,
I don't know
yes.
what they call
The
it.
Arboretum.
Yeah.
Probably
that's
something
stuff.
stupid like Leafland.
All right. So any other team in the East that you want to mention? I mean, the Devils.
Devils are.
I hate that the Devils do score goals, right? And they also have brothers on the team.
They got Luke
Hughes?
Luke Hughes just left Michigan. He's a stud defenseman. Scored the OT winner. I think his second game, his first NHL goal, last game of the year. They're awesome. My argument for the Devils, and they could easily beat the Rangers. That is a straight up coin flip in my mind. But they're unreal. This is kind of getting a little hockey in depth. They're unreal off the rush. They score a lot of goals off the rush, off like 3-on-2s, great plays coming into the zone. The neutral zone gets way more clogged up in the playoffs. You got to be able to create offense from like offensive zone play and cycling, and they're not exactly like a top end team at that. They just do it throughout rushes through the neutral zone. So that's kind of my saying in terms of they're not going to get it done. But the Devils fans, I'll shout these guys out. Biggest improvement in league history, and their window isn't even really opening yet. It's slightly open. They had the second overall pick last year, this stud defenseman from Czechoslovakia. Czech
Republic.
and he's not even in the league yet. They have him coming. They have the Luke Hughes kid. Heishier's unreal. Swiss kid, their captain, and Jack Hughes. So the Devils in the next 5 to 7 years will be competing for cups.
It's a mark of good ownership right there, wouldn't you say? Like, good job, Josh Harris.
100%.
One of the
I
best
don't
owners
know
in
who that
sports.
is. He's the owner of the Nets.
He also owns the 76ers and probably the Commanders.
I
So
said the
maybe
Nets.
maybe not, right?
Probably the Commanders soon.
Yeah.
I thought a
$7
Duke
cash
basketball
offer
player-
from someone. Yeah.
No, you guys have been paying attention to that guy?
I don't know.
Well, he's a Final Four winner,
That
and,
guy's a scam.
and he's a billionaire.
He tried to buy the Timberwolves like 10 years ago, and they said, okay, we'll do it. And then he was like, oh, sorry, I'm broke. I can't buy it.
I heard he
like-
already has the cash ready to go right into
No,
Snyder's pocket.
well, that's
He's
not
gonna
true.
escrow
He has $1 billion. He says he has $1 billion in cash, and he'll get the rest of the $6 billion to him within a
Good.
week.
That's an IOU
That's
you want
good
to hold on to.
Hey, that's a Lamborghini. You might want to hold on to that
right,
one.
exactly.
He's good
No,
for it.
I was gonna say the Devils, and this is just my dumb sports brain. I hate that they score goals because I'm just like they shouldn't score goals to the Devils from the 90s.
I know.
Like it's
Everyone
like
in their mind thinks
when,
them.
When like Oregon the last couple of years they haven't been playing like 70-point games. It pisses me off because I can't adjust.
Exactly.
I don't adjust.
The mid
Decades I
the
don't
mid
adjust.
90s, early 2000 Devils are no longer.
Yes.
I'm just now getting used to the fact that Nick Saban scores a lot of points on
Yeah,
offense.
right. It just fucks you up,
Yeah.
and you're just like, I'm not. I refuse to acknowledge this. All right, how about the West? So
Oh, baby.
I did tell you last night my big bet is going to be on the Oilers, and I did place a big bet on the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup, and I did it because I'm sick of you telling me how Connor McDavid's the best athlete in all of sports right now. So this is a personal one-on-one legacy match with Connor McDavid. If he doesn't win the Cup this year, he's a bum.
Okay.
In my eyes.
Okay.
If he does, thank you for the money.
In Big Cat's eyes, the sixth player ever to get 150 points in a year is a bum. I got you. Good one.
I don't make the rules.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't
just-
make the rules.
You just
I think
decide
it's fair.
who's a bum.
No,
Yeah.
it's fair what Big Cat's saying, which is do it in the playoffs.
Right. Do it now,
Yep.
and then we'll be best friends for life.
All the great ones win Stanley Cups.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And so in terms of that argument, like I'm going to sit here and say, yeah, I think they'll end up getting it done. I don't know if they're going to win the Stanley Cup this year. I think he will win a Stanley Cup, but what he did this year.
What, is a ring chaser late in his career?
No. Although if he went to the Leafs, I take it all back. If someday he's a Toronto Maple Leaf and Austin Matthews is an LA King, I take it all back. That's a hot take. But
Ooh, I like
the
that.
Leafs. I'm sorry, the Oilers finished the year 14-0-1. They made a trade for a guy, Mattias Ekholm. He's a Swedish defenseman. He played in Nashville for the past 8 years. Unreal player. Offensively, defensively, was the one guy the Oilers needed. You know when one team needs like one piece?
Yeah.
They got it.
Yeah.
So it changed where all of a sudden Darnell Nurse is a defenseman there. He's a little overpaid. He makes $9.25 million. Well, he doesn't have to be the number one D-man anymore. He slides down to number 2. All of a sudden, he plays against the second and third lines. He looks that much better. Ekholm's made this guy, Evan Bouchard, who's a top 10 pick or 11th pick a few years ago. He looks unbelievable. The power play was the best power play in league history. 34%, I think they finished at. Nobody's ever done that. And they've just been on a tear that's been like the 1987 Oilers. It's wild.
How about goalie?
So goalie's another question.
No,
mark.
Murls is shaking his head. Murls, you take this question.
The goalie is so unproven, and it's just.
No.
Well, everybody's unproven until they prove themselves, right?
Yeah, and he's a rookie.
But he's
He's up for rookie of the year.
Yeah, so this guy could be the truth.
But is he good?
He's
When's
been
the
real
last
good
time
lately.
a rookie goalie won the Stanley Cup?
Cam Ward, maybe?
I was going to say Cam Ward.
And
maybe.
Patrick Waugh before that. I think, and then before that, it was, who's that guy who writes the books, the Canadians legend?
Ken Dryden.
Ken Dryden.
Yeah, he came. He played his college season, then went into the playoffs and won
That's
it.
insane.
Yep.
Going to get back to the Chiclets guys in a second, but it's brought to you by the newest league that you guys need to join. Nope, it's not a fantasy football league. It's not an NCAA bracket. It's a dating app called The League, designed for busy, career-oriented folks to find their other half. If you're short on time but your dating bar is high, consider using The League to meet your equal. Best part about The League, it's got a 60-40 girl-to-guy ratio. So the straight guys are looking at much better odds here compared to the mainstream apps where you're lucky if there's 30% women. It's also free to use as long as you put together a quality application. The League is open to everyone. You don't have to be from an Ivy League school, rich, or a CEO. If you value your time, refuse to settle, and want to find that in a partner, then The League is the right app for you. Success and drive look like a lot of different things to different people, and a supportive partner is the best career accelerator there is. The League values quality over quantity, so think of them as the place for people with a work ethic, but who don't want to use it on dating apps. Download The League for free today and meet your equal. And now, more of the Chiclets guys. So goalie, a little bit of a question mark.
Yeah, but he's
What
a
about-
rookie. I mean, he could be unreal.
What about this? What if you were to say, you say he's the best athlete in the world, right? If you
I
were
mean,
to
he's
say,
best athlete in team sports.
But how many minutes does he play a game?
If you guys do this again, I'm walking.
it was so funny when we put that
Hey, how
video
about
out last
people
night.
went nuts?
People
so
got
mad.
These
I
guys
was
don't
like,
know
how do they
shit
know
about hockey.
I was like, people really believe
Like,
that?
if he's so good, why isn't he playing? Why are they ever taking him off the ice?
Can you imagine a guy in northern Alberta is like, this guy thinks he should play 54 minutes.
That's
These
not how it
fucking
works.
idiots.
It's
Who's
not
that
that-
guy with the sunglasses on?
How many minutes does LeBron James play per night?
I'm not talking about
Let's
LeBron.
let's think about that. What, 40 minutes?
Are we
40
doing
minutes
this
tonight?
again?
Just ask yourself a question: how many snaps does Patrick Mahomes take on offense? All of them?
Yeah.
Hey, the guy in the police team played more minutes than Connor does
Yeah,
last
good
night.
point.
True.
Very
That's a
true.
great point.
But he's a
So,
cop.
If you were to take,
O'Donohue.
and this might be a really, really dumb question, if you were to clone Connor McDavid, if an entire team was made out of Connor McDavid's, every role on the team, like if you're talking center, left wing, defenseman, and goaltender was all Connor McDavid, do they win the Stanley Cup?
I don't answer stupid, dumb questions for you.
All right, Murls,
You're trying
what
to
do
go
you think?
viral.
Do they?
No,
we,
no,
we
do
need
they?
we need
I'm
defensemen.
curious.
Do they?
Don't pit me against my boss
do
here.
they?
I'm
We
curious.
need defensemen. I
It's
don't
a
know.
simple fucking question,
Listen, you
Brian.
can't get fired. You were part of the Penguins organization.
Yeah,
you
they win.
got a
yeah,
job for life. It's
if-
like the
if we-
mafia.
If we have 20 Connor McDavid's, yes, we win the Stanley Cup. There
Okay,
you
all
go.
right. So then he
We
might be
actually
good.
probably sweep every round.
All right, so he might be good. I'm
now they're gonna get mad at you, being like Ryan Whitney doesn't know anything about hockey. You can't
Exactly.
have
Well, they
here's the
already
thing,
know
too,
that.
defense.
They're already
Wait.
aware I don't know anything about
Wait,
hockey.
I'm not. I am yet to make my decision on Connor McDavid. I'm not saying he's bad. He's got to win this Stanley Cup.
Okay, so if he wins it next year, he's a bum. I get it.
No. Well, maybe if I bet on him, but this year is a legacy year for him and me personally. 1-on-1.
Okay. I don't know
I
what
don't
you want
wanna
me to
call
say
him
to
a
that.
bum. I don't wanna call him a
I will.
bum.
I will say this. This will bum you out, and it bums me out because I am an Oilers guy. If, there's a big tagline in the Oilers locker room: "Once an Oiler, always an Oiler."
Yeah.
So I'm always.
Is that
an Oiler.
really-
I'm always an Oiler. That's on. It's in the locker room. So I'm an Oiler. I can go there whenever I want.
Okay.
Any Oiler can. And what scares me is they're playing the LA Kings first round. I said today on Chiclets that the winner of that series is going to go to the Cup final. And LA right now, if you want to throw in a nice little future, I think on Barstool they're 20. What'd you say?
25-1.
They're good. They're very good. So that's a pretty nice little bet to throw in if you want to maybe hope for an upset. And they're also, I think, like plus 190 in this series, which seems a little bit of a stretch for me. Maybe like plus 150 would make more sense. But LA is a really good defensive team.
Are they banged up though?
Yeah, Fiala's injured, so that's like their number one player. But they have two really good, Anze Kopitar and Philip Deneau are shut down defensive centers that could possibly slow down McDavid and Draisaitl. I can't say a guy's name, and I'm an Oiler. But
Once an Oiler, always.
once an Oiler, always an Oiler.
I'm an Oiler right now. I knew that Fiala was hurt. I've been doing my research just on this Oilers Kings matchup.
The only thing that is a little bit of a kick in the dick for being an Oiler, and you're now an Oiler is
I'm once an Oiler, always an Oiler.
It's the 10-10-30 starts, but it's playoff hockey.
Yeah, right. It's.
But you get the triple overtime, and it's 3:30, and you're up with the kids.
I didn't even think about that.
I know.
God damn it.
That sucks.
Okay, well I'll be like a first period Oiler.
Oh, sweet! What a fan! What a fan this guy is. Hey, they're up 3-0. You're like, yeah. They wake up, they're down 6-3.
When my son wakes me up at 3 a.m, I'll check and I'll fire off a tweet for the Oilers.
That's always the best when you wake up in the middle of the night during the Stanley Cup playoffs and a game is still going on somehow.
Yeah.
And you get to catch the end and then act like you watched the entire thing.
Those are so great too. The late starts that go to overtime and you feel like you're watching it with 7 people online. It's like there's only a few of you left. It's like 3 a.m, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
Well, not in the playoffs, baby. We got the whole city of Edmonton watching every single minute.
Yep.
Big Cat, I got a room for you over in Sweden. Come over there. The game drops at 4:30 in the morning. So that might
4:30 in the morning?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. We're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, but we'll go down early and then get up with the kids, and then we'll watch the Oil.
I might need to go to Hawaii for this cup run.
Oh, that would be a great place for the cup
all
run.
the games, the puck drops at 5 o'clock.
No.
5 p.m.
What do you mean?
No, 8
No,
p.m.
they're 6 hours behind East, so it would be
7:30.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
we got it. We figured it out. Time zones, not
Yeah,
our
7:30 in Hawaii. Perfect.
All right, so
Maui Four Seasons, best hotel I've ever stayed at. That's not a humble brag or anything.
No,
I've stayed there
that
too.
makes
It's
no sense.
actually
I got to step in
How
here.
sick is that hotel?
Incredible.
I got to step in here. 7:30 is when it starts in Edmonton, so it can't be 7:30 in Hawaii.
Yeah, I was right.
4:30.
I was fucking right. I said 5 o'clock.
4:30.
Because right now it's about 2 p.m.
Yeah.
as we're recording this.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
thank
8
you,
p.m.
Murls. I was
is
right.
2
I knew I got the invite in here for a reason.
I'm gonna shut my eyes and pretend I'm in that pool that has music playing underwater and not sitting next to you two idiots.
Oh man, Hawaii, Maui's the one place I've ever been where it's like everyone I thought overrated it. It was like it's underrated.
Yeah, that place is a joke.
Yeah, the absolute best. All right, who else in the West? So Vegas is the 1 seed, and then the Stanley Cup champions, the Avalanche, who are also banged up, right?
Yeah, a big kick in the dick. Gabriel Landeskog, their captain, who was unreal in the Cup run last year. He was that injured last year where he needed knee surgery in the offseason, and he's still not back.
Oh, so he hasn't played all year.
Couldn't play one regular season game. Everyone thought he'd be back with 20 games to go. Wasn't able to come back, and they already announced no playoffs for him.
Oh,
so
fuck.
they lost Kadri when he signed in Calgary. They couldn't really afford to keep him. So Colorado to repeat, it would be really hard. But they have a team that no doubt could do it again. It's just they got too much going on in my mind to get it done.
What about the Kraken?
I think they're going to get waxed. I feel bad saying that because the fans deserve a little bit more, but for an expansion team to have that big of a jump from last year to this year, they had such a good year, but Vegas is really good. They're feeling it right now, and I think Seattle maybe wins a game at home and probably loses in 5, maybe 6.
That's all I want, really. I want them to win a home game just for that crowd.
Yeah.
And for that atmosphere.
And I also just want to watch Vegas's pregame, where they do all the lights and shit.
Oh, yeah, it's like
and they come out with the
there's
gold
like a
helmets.
warrior with like a
it's the
sword.
It's like medieval times on acid.
It's the best.
It's
And most people in the crowd are on acid.
Yeah.
It's very true, yeah.
It's great.
All right, so who else in the West should we be looking at being like, oh, watch out? The Jets have an awesome goalie as well, right?
Jets could be dangerous, but I know you guys are big value guys. Dallas Stars at plus 1,700.
They're good.
Or do my little scam and you take Oettinger at plus 3,500. Conn Smythe. This guy is huge. He blocks everything, and they have a really nice skilled team.
Yeah, they last year they weren't even really expected to do anything. They took Calgary to Game 7 first round. I think Oettinger had 60 saves. He without him they would have lost in 5 games. He was unreal. Then Dallas added a 19-year-old rookie. This kid Wyatt Johnson had 23 goals this year. Jamie Benn bounced back from having kind of a tough maybe 3-year stretch. He was sick this year. And then Jason Robertson, for people who don't know him, maybe a future MVP if McDavid decides to retire early.
I got a dumb question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sagan?
Yeah,
You
he's
know-
back. He's
he
back.
on the
He's
Stars?
back a little.
Playing? All
He's
right.
back a little.
I didn't know.
He's
I was
playing.
I was waiting for you to say something. I was like, is he?
Is he in the league still?
Is he- yeah,
But
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, though. This Wyatt Johnson, I've had NHL coaches tell me he's like the next Bergeron.
There you go.
That's how good this kid is.
And he's only 19 years old.
Damn.
So Dallas is very good. They play Minnesota first round, which is probably one of the most intriguing first round matchups. Minnie has been great this year. They have like a great vibe around their team. You guys know Ryan Reaves, toughest guy in the league. He got traded over there. He started this tarps off thing. So after every game, they all got their shirts off. They do their interviews with their shirts off. It sounds stupid, but they have a close knit.
No, you
team.
need this. You need these
It's
things.
little things.
Yeah.
It's little things. So that's gonna. I picked Dallas in 7, but if Minnie wins that one, it wouldn't shock me.
Like
at all.
I was when I was getting ready for this interview, I was like, I kind of like the Devils just because they have brothers. Because you know that if they go deep, they'll be like, "Do you hear about the Hughes brothers?"
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't really work out for the Sedin brothers, but you get my point. Like,
Yes.
there's those little stories become big things.
I love that too. That's the most hockey thing. I'm shocked that nobody
Tarps
has
off.
done that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're just gonna do our post game interviews shirtless.
I think people did it, but just never like named it.
Yeah.
So it got a name.
I like
Chris always does this.
Yeah.
All his interviews
Yeah.
with his shirt on.
Counterpoint, Minnesota sports.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's known as a team that are like not as bad as Toronto, but they struggle
They
to get out
usually
of the
choke in the
first.
second round. It feels like
They
yeah.
choke in one of the first 2
yeah.
rounds.
Yeah, that's
But they have
Minnesota
this.
sports.
They have this Kirill Kaprizov, Russian player that's sick, and he was hurt at the end of the year. But they've already announced he'll be playing Game 1, and he's somebody that's worth the price of admission. That's the term, right?
All right, so you Chiclets, everyone should listen to it who's listening to this.
Thank you.
But you guys always talk about Russian gas. Can you tell our fans the stories of Russian gas?
Well, Murls played in every country in the world that has hockey.
How many countries did you play in?
I played, I think, 26 different countries. I played at least one game in,
Can
and
you
then I
list them all?
lived in like 13 different
Can
ones.
you
I
list
believe.
them all?
It would take me a little time. I
Or
don't
what
think your
are
listeners
your
want.
top 5?
I played the weirdest places like Kazakhstan, Belarus, China, South Korea, Japan.
Whoa.
Just name a couple.
What's
That's
Japanese
crazy.
hockey like?
He loved it.
I loved it over there. That is the best country in the world. Like you said, I've been everywhere, and that's the one place I tell everyone to go visit if you have the chance.
Tell him about the restaurants.
So the food is amazing. These owners or chefs, if you want to open an Italian restaurant, you have to go live in Italy for 8-9 months, learn the culture, learn how to make it, then go back and open up your restaurant.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is the most amazing place. Clean, safe. I'd let my wife go out for runs in the middle of the night. No problem. Nothing's gonna happen.
Not like Chicago guys.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Hey, by
That's
the way,
very nice that
Yeah.
you let your wife go out of the house.
I want to. I know.
What a guy.
Yeah, he really believes in men and women being equal. My brother, I want to go to Japan. My brother went over there with his wife, and he said people were like, "Can I get a picture with you?" He's really tall. They don't. They don't like. They don't even know. They're just like, "Oh, this guy's got to be famous."
Yeah, he's a tall guy.
Donnie
So-
convinced everyone he was Roger
Yeah,
Federer.
that's true.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah.
kind of look
He
like
does
it.
He just
Like,
They did
hired,
whole
yeah, he
video
hired a
about it.
security guy and he got mobbed.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
awesome.
So to answer the question, in Russia, they would have this packet up here, almost like an IV drop, and it would come into you, and all of a sudden, all your pain would go away, and you'd be skating 1,000,000 miles per hour. It was nuts. And another thing they would always do is this little Russian doctor would come over to you with a handful of different colored pills. Matt, take this. And I'm like, no, I'm good, man. He's like, oh, it's just vitamins, Matt. Take this. And it was like out of a movie where you pretend to take them and then throw them away later.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have taken him.
So, so listen. So I played for Sochi. It was actually a first-year team over there when I was over there, and I think maybe like
You were at the bottom of your life.
that was my last year playing.
Yeah,
buddy.
you and I remember because we started talking right then. And you were like, "Yeah,
I was low.
yeah.
I was low. I was actually like waiting for the rundown to come down.
I know.
I was like,
remember you
yes.
hitting me up.
I was like, the rundown's
You're
out.
like, why is it late?
and then, and then you guys.
I'm like,
had-
dude, don't you play professional hockey?
I was like, that rundown sucked. It ruined my whole day. But so I'm gonna say 10, 11 games in, I noticed guys right after warm-ups, before puck drop, they'd go into the doctor's office and they'd come on. I'm like, what's going on in there? And the one of the guys from Russia spoke pretty good English. He's like, oh, IV before game. You feel good. I'm like, oh, okay. So we were playing Dynamo Moscow, a really good team in the KHL. Warm-ups went in. I was like, Doc, I got IVs. Like, yes. Waiting till you ask. So I went in. He gave me the IV. I had the best game of my life. I was flying. I don't know if it was speed. I don't know. It was Russian gas. I was on the ice. I'm like, I'm playing in the NHL again. I'm like, it ain't over, baby. It ain't over. And I had a great game. We ended up losing by a goal, but I was like, this is amazing. Like, I'm back. I'm not even thinking of the fucking IV I just took from a Russian doctor. And the next day at practice, I was like, I suck again.
Did you keep taking it?
Oh, yeah. And I had a pretty good year.
There was a guy I know. He played on a team. It was just a hose coming out of the wall, so you couldn't even see where it was coming from. What was in it? The place is nuts.
Just plugging into the wall.
That's incredible. I need Russian gas.
Oh, my God. It's all Biz talks about. He's like, he'll be tired before a party. He's like, I need some fucking Russian gas. I'm like, bud, we're in America.
Yeah. So the Russian guys, they obviously can't use it in America. But what, like, do they ever talk about it?
Well, do you remember the year? Do you remember the year Ovi went home in the middle of the year? He went home. Something happened with his family, and he came back, and like he scored like 40 goals in the next 20 games. They're like,
He's a hard worker.
What happened over there?
He's a hard worker. That's all there is to it.
It's a quick trip home. All right, so give us, both of you guys, rowback question. Last question, rhoback.com. Use code TAKE for $20 or 20% off your first purchase. I'm wearing the joggers, wearing the hoodie. Best stuff out there. If you golf like Whit, they got polos, they got Q-zips, they got everything.
And like PFT now.
Yeah.
And like PFT.
Two birdies.
We played PFT in area, and Hank and I. The video should be out when, Max? Oh, he doesn't have a mic.
He said it's not coming out tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, so promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase, rowback.com. All right, give us your cup final matchup and who's taking it all.
So I picked today that my final matchup is Bruins Oilers.
Okay.
And I hate taking chalk, but living in Boston and seeing all these Bruins games, people think I'm a Bruins fan. I'm really not.
No, once an Oiler, always an Oiler.
I don't see them losing. I think they get it done. So Bruins over Oilers.
So
in 6 games.
massive disappointment for Connor McDavid.
Well, for Big Cat.
A lot of people are starting to
he'd be a
question.
bum. I'd have to
He's
send out the
basically
tweet.
Dan Marino.
He'll be the first Hart Trophy, Art Ross Trophy, Rocket Richard Trophy winner to be a bum.
A bum trophy.
Although
He gets
all
the
I
bum
heard for
trophy.
that
I'll
was
send him one.
they have a lot of participation trophies in hockey.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and Murls?
Yep, I'm on Oilers out of the West and the Rangers out of the East.
Ooh.
We're going to see a parade in Manhattan as soon as we get rid of you mushes
Oh,
and New York
okay.
Rangers this summer.
So I'm still losing this matchup.
Yeah, you're fucked.
God damn it.
You're fucked.
Billy,
What'd you
Rangers.
get
I
up for odds?
want Rangers
The worst
Oilers
odds,
bad.
700 plus, 7-1.
I just want to see the city fight with each
Whoa,
other
whoa.
for Rangers or Rangers Islanders. Sorry.
Did you say you wanted the Rangers to win the cup?
No, I want the Rangers to play the Islanders second round.
so I'm
Rangers
playing,
Devils is like just as good though, because they have history playing like 1994 Stefan Matteau and double overtime. Like the Rangers Devils gets me going even more than Rangers Islanders.
Would that be the second round matchup if the Rangers and Islanders both win?
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me why this happened? Because I forgot I took a future on the Rangers because our friend Avery told us that he was going to get caned, right? So I took a future, and then their odds went down. They went in the wrong direction after they got caned. Why'd that happen?
Did it? They got worse?
Yeah, they got worse from when I logged this in.
I believe they have the best win percentage in the entire league since the trade.
Yeah, why would their
I don't know.
odds
That,
go
that
down in
makes
that
no.
case?
They might know something we don't, boys. Well, Pasha did say that Kane's going to choke and be bad in the playoffs. So
Yeah, because he's known for that.
and,
What?
that's what I said. I'm like,
Like, what
dude,
an idiot.
this guy's the biggest big game player that the league's seen
Ever.
in a long time. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, he's done. Okay, Pasha. That's
all
a
right.
Devil's lunatic right there for you.
Yeah. Bill, you got any questions for the guys?
How was your weekend, Ryan?
That was so. No, he's like,
How's your Saturday?
What'd you have for lunch?
Yeah, how was your Saturday on a Wednesday? he said?
How was the Saturday?
It was great. Yeah, I took the kids to the park, got a sandwich.
Well, no, we
had
called
some
NYPD,
wine.
FDNY.
Oh, yeah, that was Saturday shit.
Were a lot of the Russian players juicing as well?
Good question, Billy.
Yeah, great question.
I would say in the KHL, yes.
They were like,
Yeah, 80, 90%.
I think if
They're
you're taking
some sort of
gas-
thing.
They're on.
Yeah.
They're on something that would be illegal in our league.
I'm gonna guess if you have your body hooked up to a wall, you're probably
If you take a
Taking
if you take a
random
if you take a
pills.
gas mask that's next to your helmet and just start sucking it in, and then you score 4 goals, yeah, you're juicing.
Yeah.
but like, does it help with hockey?
Good question. Billy.
The like when you think of steroids and just like football steroids getting jacked, I would say no. But for something that could help with like your wind and like being able
Your
to,
lactic acid getting out quicker and
so
stuff
you
like
might
that.
know different type of steroids that could do different type things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could no doubt help.
Like blood doping?
Boom, there you go. And Russia's never been known for blood doping, have they?
Don't watch Icarus.
Nope. They play it clean.
Did I see that Biz isn't jerking off anymore?
Yeah, so Biz is going celibate until the Leafs lose. So I said, all right, well, good. You'll come in about 12 days.
He's gonna have a wet dream.
I said that. I go, I would pay a lot of money to have a wet dream.
Yeah.
Are
Wet dream.
we talking celibate or are we talking not jacking off?
What is? I thought celibate was just not coming.
Is he having
Not
sex?
coming.
Hey, no loads. He's doing no
loads.
No
Load
loads.
management.
No fat.
Load
No
management.
fat.
No sex. No jerking
Imagine
off.
if he gets like super smart.
That's how monks.
He's like George Costanza.
Right. And all of a sudden, Biz is making perfect sense.
Biz is like hanging out with Elon. We're like, Biz, and then he just comes and he's like, what?
But yeah, he's doing no loads, huh? And he's not drinking.
And yeah, he goes on. He went on a little bit of a bender at the end of the All-Star game. He had a big night out. It's actually pretty funny. He's talked about it on Chiclets. We finished All-Star like the whole weekend. We had a successful weekend doing interviews and stuff, and we had one left, and it was Rod Brindamore the next morning, head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes. So we all went out and had a good night, and I met Biz in the morning. I was like, hey, want to just grab some food right before we go over there? He's like, yeah. He walks in, looked great. I was like, what's up? He looked at me. He's like, I haven't been to sleep. I'm like, what? He's like, I haven't slept 1 minute. I was like, oh boy. And we got to the Brindamore interview. He said hello, and then at the end of the interview, he said goodbye. Didn't ask him one question. And Rod Brindamore at the end goes, good job, Biz.
That's so perfect. God damn.
Yeah, so we're ready for playoffs. It's an exciting time. If you haven't listened to Chiclets, please check us out. We'll be going. We drop for the first 2 rounds. We'll be dropping Monday and Thursday, and then for the conference finals and finals, we go back to once a week because you guys know we can't work too much.
No.
You guys work way too much.
And you got Colby and Murls doing.
And
every
then
day.
they got Chiclets game notes, which is once a month, and then they got their new
once
daily
a
show.
day.
Well, they have their own
Game
podcast
Notes
now.
once a month.
And that's once a month. But until that comes, every single day, Monday through Friday at noon on the Chiclets YouTube, we got a daily show, 30 to 50 minutes, and I'm going to be a part of the first one, which is today as you listen.
Do you want to take a second to just roast the NBA? Anything about basketball?
I saw
you'd like to discuss?
Russell Westbrook walking in with what I basically wore when I was in Hawaii today. He had his shirt wide open. I do give him credit. He had about 14 abs on his stomach, but it was a little bit of a ridiculous outfit.
He's doing tarps off.
Well, it was tarps on, but just unbuttoned.
Okay.
Yeah, the NBA is just whatever. It is what it is. It doesn't fire me up. I don't really enjoy watching. I just hate how the end of the games takes 17 minutes to finish the final 45 seconds. But the argument of load management in the NBA and then taking 2 to 3 days off between games in the series hopefully will produce some high-level basketball that maybe in the finals, if the Celtics are in, I'll tune in.
Oh, you do hate that they take that much time off.
It's just like, what's the grind about it? Hockey every other day that's part of like winning the cup is just like battling the war of attrition. And NBA players, they get so much rest between every game and they don't even play all the regular season games.
Yeah, imagine taking your kid to a regular season game. Your kid wants to watch LeBron play. He just decides, I'm going to take the night off. How fired up would that make you as a dad?
I would never take my son to an NBA game. I'll never be in that position. By the way, Ryder, my oldest boy, he's like, Dad, I want to watch basketball. I was like, what? He's like, I want to watch basketball. I was like, no. It's like pretty simple. I go, we can watch college basketball. He's like, well, okay. These guys stink.
All right. Well, thank you, boys.
No, thank you.
Appreciate it. Go check out Spittin Chiclets.
Do we get a chance
Oh,
at
yeah,
the lottery
of course.
ball?
Yeah, of course you do. Of course.
Oh, look how mad Hank is. I love seeing Hank not win.
Of course you do.
Fuck. You think he'll ever get it?
I said the last time here, never.
Never.
And this is just a chance for the two of you. No one else is in it.
What happened? There was a thing where he won like 10 grand from you if he got it, but he lost something if he didn't. Wasn't there a big bet last time?
Yeah. Big Cat and I were each going to contribute $5,000, I think, to Hank if he got it before the end of the regular season or before the end of NFL season, right?
End of the year.
And then we felt bad taking his money, so we made him put it in a pot, and then PFT ended up winning it anyway.
But I won the pot because I took Hank's guess for the number because he guessed too early, so I took his number.
Yeah, so you guys both get a guess. This won't count. This counts official. You know what? Fuck it. Let's all guess.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
I was like, we can't do it alone.
Let's all guess.
19.
I haven't said numbers yet. So.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'll switch my.
No, you're last now because it's all sides.
No.
Yeah, numbers.
Somebody take 19 we're going.
I'll take 19.
Fuck you.
I'll do 99.
17.
Last
69.
night, there was a guy wearing 19 on NYPD. He's like, "Oh, my number, famous." I was like, "I think there's more famous 19s, dude."
I was joking.
All right, wait. What was it? 69. What was yours, Hank?
17.
Actually, can I change mine?
Yeah.
No.
I want to change mine to 97.
Okay.
Oh, for Connor McDavid.
For McDavid, yeah.
All right.
Smart. 38.
38. 18, Jake. What do you got? 20. Go ahead, Whit.
28.
28. All
Hank, what'd you pick?
right. Hank, have you ever gotten this?
No.
It's amazing. He's never gotten
What'd he take?
17.
and everyone's gotten it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got it 4 times.
Oh, 82.
Fuck.
82.
What a bummer.
Yeah.
Merle got to
Mostly
experience
for
it.
Hank.
Hey, but I had 28, so it kind of counts.
Why?
no, that's
'cause
not
it's
how it works.
reciprocal?
I'm dyslexic. Are you
Yeah.
going to try to make fun of me?
Yeah, I will.
All right, fair.
All right. Thank you, boys.
Thank you, guys.
Ryan Whitney. This show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially because we're always growing and changing. Sometimes the things that matter to you in your 30s aren't the same things that mattered to you in your 20s, and vice versa. You need to learn how to develop as a person. You need to learn how to figure out where your priorities are, and you need to deepen your self-awareness and understanding. Because sometimes we don't know what we want or why we react the way that we do until we talk through things. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who can help take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It can be for everybody. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/PMT today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/PMT. Get 10% off that first month.
Okay. Great show, everyone. Henry, you already had one chance today. What are his chances up to? Total?
He's
Oh yeah, shout out Stathole Sports, right? Jeffro.
yeah.
Did a blog.
Yeah. What was that? Did someone fart in here?
I think the chances of Hank not getting a lottery ball correct at this point are like 1.57. It's just
Which
crazy
is
that he
pretty
hasn't done
close to the chances you have of getting it every
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Around 1%.
Falling asleep.
You had 2 chances today.
I've had one chance.
Hank, you should
You went 0
start,
for 2.
you should keep score with
What are you talking about?
You're
Pen
not
and
going to
paper.
get it.
I'm getting it.
Oh, you're going to get it right now?
According to Jeffro in his blog, his order of
What does
confidence
that mean?
for Hank to pick
What is Jeffro?
are
he's Stathole Sports.
54, 50,
This is like
49,
is he
and
Mike
48.
Rowe's son named Jeff, or is like is Jeffro
He wrote
one
a blog
name?
to maybe help you get it, but
It's
you
like-
won't read it.
I'm not reading it.
It's like Jethro, but Jeffro.
Got it.
All right. Numbers.
69.
I'm gonna go 99. JJ Watt tweeted at me over the weekend.
What did he tweet you?
Hank, just checking in. How are we coming along on the lottery ball? I still believe in you.
Damn.
I didn't respond yet.
I think you should
You
try
haven't
never-
responded?
I was drunk last night and I was like mad, and I was like, I'll save this. I'll save this till tomorrow, and this is me responding.
A lot of
no.
A lot of people out there have
But I'm
pointed
doing
out
good,
the
JJ. Thanks for
correlation
checking in. I appreciate you
between
reaching out.
how angry
I
and
hope you're doing well.
trollish Hank's been on the podcast recently, corresponding directly to frustrations with not getting the lottery ball.
I'll guess 17.
I'm gonna guess
18.
99.
You know what? I'm gonna go.
Wait, what were Jethro's numbers? Stathole. His name's Stathole.
Yeah, he said
This
here
makes
are my
no
picks
sense.
in
You can't
order
be
of
a stat
confidence
guy
for
and
Hank.
then
54, 50, 49, 48.
those are just subjective guesses. There's no stats behind
Hank,
those.
shut the fuck up. I'm gonna take.
I don't even need
a
to
new
read the
one.
blog. It
I'm gonna
makes
take
no
a new one.
sense.
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna take a new one. 26. Never been picked before.
Well, you never come out before.
It's never come out. It's never
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
Yes, it's never been the correct answer.
Max?
20.
Honestly, Hank's the most statistically impressive out of all of us for his score.
At being bad, yeah.
no, but like
shocking.
his record is just statistically.
What is it, Hank? 99?
Oh, I just saw 99.
Oh, I just saw 17. 14. So, would you like to
Fourth time.
apologize to me because I said you were 0-2?
No.
Well, you were.
No, when you said it.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
Fact or fiction?
It was always going to be
You
0-2.
were always going to not get it. 17 literally was like right there. If I had won with 17, what would you have done?
That vacation. my 2 months of grinding would be halted.
Hank's threat is just vacation. All right, see everyone Wednesday.
Love you guys.